Hi. All right. I'm starting later than planned, but it's also because we've been doing stuff. So I was planning on doing 2 streams today. This might be my only stream. Here's how it's gonna go. We're gonna finish Celestia. We have 2 chapters left. That we can stream. To be clear, there's more than 2 chapters left in the game, but we can stream up to chapter 10. So that's what we're gonna finish up today. And then I'm going to end my stream, finish prepping, and if it's not too late, I'll come back and play Zelda before we leave for tomorrow. And that's just so that we have time to do stuff. There's a lot we're still prepping because I'm gonna show so many photos once we're done, but me and my sister have planned a few different things. We're not just going there for my panel, we also are volunteers. We have a booth that we basically sit at. We also make sure that we're actually part of the panel team. We make sure the panels are being done correctly. We're specifically on the gamer side of stuff, so that's kind of like our job when we're there. And we're trying to make our booth really, really cute and really, really neat, and we're still finishing stuff up for that. So I want to make sure I have time to do all that today so we're not stressing about it tomorrow while we're getting everything packed up. So I'm going to finish this, clean, get prepared, get ready, and then if there's still time before bed, I'm going to come back and play Zelda for a couple hours. I would like to. The only reason I planned Zelda instead of Variable is because I need more time for that game than just a couple hours, especially if I want to make good progress in it. But we're going to be back on this one. We just finished getting our extra credit, and we have come back to the Manor, which is Draco Malfoy's house. I don't know a better example than that. Remember this. Many people want to fail more than you think. I want you to fail more. Oh wait, that's right, we had this conversation. Be prepared because the next trials aren't going to be easy for you. Seraph started laughing with satisfaction as he walked away from me. A lot of people want me to fail. Well yeah, because you're a halfling. What was the real meaning behind Seraph's words? After thinking about it calmly, it all made sense now. Before the trial started, Seraph came up to me to shake my hand. Yes. Are we really? I'm not doing flashbacks. Could it be that was when he sabotaged us? No wonder whatever he did to the fountain statue didn't work. If Val hadn't followed his instincts, I don't want to imagine what would have happened. My blood was boiling. Was I supposed to just accept it and move on? No. It was time for a team emergency meeting. Ash, Luke, and Val were confused when I called them. What's wrong? You look gloomy. What happened? Is something bothering you? I gathered my thoughts and then started speaking. Guys, please listen to me. I told them about what Seraph did and his words at the corridor. They all listened to me without interrupting. As soon as I was finished, they were furious. So I was right. Something was wrong with the first trial. I didn't know Seraph was that sneaky. Sorry, I shouldn't have let my guard down. To think of it, it's strange when he approached Leah. No wonder we struggled. Seraph, that snake. He needs to suffer the consequences. I was thinking about what we should do next, and also wondering how he sabotaged our riddle. How could he? Should we report this, leave it be, do something? Another reason why I'm finishing this before we leave is I'm taking my Switch because there's a lot of downtime at this convention. When you're volunteering, at least there's downtime because I'm going to be there from dusk to dawn, but that means at dawn time when we're in our room and someone with insomnia is alone, she's going to be up kind of late, so this gives me something to do during that time. What should we do? Shall we report him? If we leave him alone, he might do worse. However, I started to feel doubt. Oh my gosh, thank you! Hi, Ray! How are you? It's been a hot minute since I've seen you. Look at you, you're in a 6-month streak. Thank you. We have 0 evidence. What if no one believes us? Luke patted my shoulder. Pat, pat, pat. Relax, Leah. If Seraph really used his magic, its traces would be caught on camera. What kind of cameras we got here? Let's check with Miss Lowly first. I'm gonna go with Lolly. I really am. I might play a little short story depending on how long this takes because Jay was talking about this yesterday about how Lolly looks so young. And there's literally a chapter called She's Not a Kid. Everyone agreed to report Seraph's cheating. I took my phone and called Nor. Leah, how can I help you? Can you contact Miss Lolly? Okay. Nori began calling Miss Lolly. A few seconds later, a hologram of Miss Lolly appeared before us. Yeah, you can see her. This is Miss Lolly. She's got 2 children, and she is married. Hello, who's calling at night? Miss Lolly was shocked when she saw us. You guys, what's wrong? Miss Lolly, sorry to bother you this late, but we need to report something. A student cheated during the first trial. Miss Lolly's face immediately turned serious. Cheated? Tell me. Miss Lolly listened to our explanation. After we finished, she fell silent. Do you have any evidence? As expected, she asked us for proof. It could just be a reference to her style of dressing. She's also really short. They showed her next to another teacher, which, by the way, everyone deemed a daddy. You weren't here for that day. And she's like a solid 1.5 feet shorter than him, at the very least. Like she's definitely a tiny character. I'm not bothered by having a sub-character look young. Let's be real, people look young in real life, but calling her Miss Lolly seems a bit on the nose. Can we see the footage? If Seraph really used magic, there'd be traces caught on camera. Miss Lolly thought for a moment. Okay, give me a minute. A few seconds later, Miss Lolly's hologram disappeared. It was replaced with a screen showing footage of me and Seraph yesterday afternoon. But there was nothing strange, no trace of magic at all. We just seemed to shake hands normally. I looked visibly discouraged and uncomfortable. Something is wrong. Did Seraph sabotage us without magic? That's impossible. This MC is pretty. Yeah, she's really pretty and like, let me show you real quick since you weren't here yesterday. The CGs they have for this game are so pretty as well. Like, her dress is gorgeous. My one thing I don't like about this, which is kind of weird to say this, is like she's equally flirting with all the characters at the same time. Like they keep holding hands. She's been pecked on the cheek by every single one of the guys so far, but we're not on our route yet. And I just feel like that's almost too fast moving. Like there's little room for doubt on like what kind of emotions these people are feeling for each other. Because they're already acting like this, but she's not dating anybody. So that's my only like, why is this happening? Aren't there any traces of magic at all? I checked all the recordings. Not a single trace of magic was found. Very Polly got it. Yeah. Actually, there was a really funny thing that happened in one of the things. She won a contest and she got to make a bet, and the choices were literally like hockey moment between 2 of the guys, or share food between 2 of the guys, things like that. And so it was pretty hilarious. And she was enjoying it. She was very happy. We were shocked none of us could say anything. What about the riddle? Grab 4 pairs of branches. Ads took out the paper we received during the trial. That wasn't there. He might have done something to it. Miss Lolly observed the paper. Everything looks the same. Nothing has changed. It changed for you guys. Miss Lolly began reading the riddle to us. But as she did so, I noticed something odd. Like, very polygon. I honestly can't say I mind reverse harems. I don't mind at all. I would love The thing I was almost disappointed about in My Next Life as a Villainess is that when she talks about the game that she's trapped in, Fortune Lovers, she's like, there's a poly route. And then there's like a friendship ending where everyone just ends up being friends. And I'm like, okay, I've never had those endings in my games, but I would love them. As we did so, I noticed something odd. Wait a minute, why is there a sentence I've never read before? I reread each sentence carefully. The riddle has changed. I'm sure this sentence didn't exist before. Ash, Val, and Luke realized it too. Once again, we were all speechless. What exactly happened? What kind of trick did Seraph use? Miss Lolly threw a worried glance at us. It's not that I don't believe you. It's great for my indecisive ass. It's why I never get married in Harvest Moon games. Because I don't want to be stuck there. Harvest Moon takes me so many hours to get, like, a good life. I don't want to get stuck in a marriage with one person and regret it later. I'm single in every Harvest Moon Rune Factory game until the end of time, with one exception. I played my time at Portia specifically because if he married one of these guys, he disappears in one of the chapters. So I married him so he'd disappear. I don't think he would lie about something like this, but without solid evidence, I can't do anything. If I process the report without evidence, it'll be backfired on you. I'm like that with Stardew. See, yeah, I don't want to get married in Stardew Valley. I will be trapped forever, and then I'll have to start over, and I'll die. Also, hello, Star. That's our Leah, indecisive as always. Getting married only if I can get a divorce right away? Is that what you mean? I bet you wouldn't want to end that way, would you? We couldn't answer her. Sorry, Miss Lolly, we didn't mean to bother you. Don't feel guilty. Just lurking. Hope you have a wonderful day. You too, Link. I hope you have a wonderful day too. I will try to investigate further, but without solid evidence, I can't do much. Please get some rest tonight. Okay, thank you, Miss Lolly. Okay, who wrote the riddles? Step 1. Hi, I've been watching your Tengoku Common Route VODs and wanted to see if I could catch you live. Oh, nice! Well, this is Celestia, Chain of Fate. This one I can't play to 100% completion. It's actually not out till next month. But we're doing, I guess, kind of the common route from what I can understand of this one too. Tengoku Struggle, get ready. If you keep going with that one, it was a lot. I really like the writing in Tengoku. It's the endings that started hurting my feelings. Our call with Miss Lolly ended. For a few seconds, the silence in the room was heavy. What's really going on here? Seraph must be doing something. Something's up. Did he have inside help? Does he know how to cast stealthily? I don't think so. I think he has inside help. Oh no, I started with your Virgin VODs because that game harmed me. It harmed me too. And we're gonna be in pain again this November because I'm gonna be playing that the day it comes out because I apparently like to hurt myself. I swear we're all here from Virgin. I had a very big increase during Virgin, so I believe it. Like, Virgin was the one. I was so excited for Virgin before it came out. I'm so excited to watch you play the fan disc. I'm so excited to play the fan disc. I'm currently making an outfit so I'll look like Cirrus on day one. I want to have her little outfit as best put together as possible. I also have a friend who's cosplaying Anku at some point. I don't know if it's gonna be ready in November, but I told them we should like collaborate in costumes because I thought it'd be funny. Did you get help with an insider? I think that makes the most sense. He'd be able to easily erase all the evidence. That'd be so cute. That's my dream. It's my dream right now. It's why I keep my hair blonde right now. It's literally serious. Was the worst scenario we could imagine. I thought back to Seraph's words in the hallway. Yeah, stars for the win. They were down when I first mentioned it, but their costume has been like kind of on the back burner. They were trying to have it ready for the last convention they went to, but it turned out to be a no. So it might be ready by November. I also plan on doing a recap video before Verge comes out. I'm either going to do the full review that I had started writing and never finished, or just like a sit down talk about like previously on Verge Evermore, even if the game starts with a previously on. But I'm excited. I couldn't be more excited about Verge. Remember this. Many people want you to fail. Oh, we're not reading that. We're not doing flashbacks. It tricked me. I got distracted because I started talking about Verge. Those people that want us to fail, who could they be? Why are they doing this? It's not you. It's you, girl. It's you they want to fail, not everybody else. Let's trauma dump together, everyone. Yeah. We'll have confessions of a Verge survivor, basically. Why are they doing this? Ash sighed. Let's end it here. Speaking of Verge, for my panel I'm running tomorrow at Sabo, there's one slide, it's for Mathis. It basically is just Mathis and one other person, and it's because I wanted to show Mathis, but it's like the one that's crying and sad all the time. And I'm like, what a weird Dede type. Like, here is your Dede type. You have depression. I'm like, Mathis. Let's end it here. We can't do anything without evidence. We'd better call it a day. We decided to go back to our rooms and rest. Even so, I couldn't sleep when I got to my room. Questions exploded inside my head like fireworks. I decided to enjoy the night sky from the balcony. The wind feels nice. As I look in the scenery in front of me, memories of the past 2 days played back in my mind. A place full of magic. Sweet, naive, homunculus Mathis. Yeah, that sweet little angel baby. Who was scared of going outside, who thought holding hands could give you an anxiety attack. I was looking forward to him. I found this out when we were doing stuff. I forgot, apparently, that I thought he was going to be my favorite. I was like, oh, look, this one's probably going to be my favorite. And then I played his route, and he was not my favorite. The prosperous life of its citizens. The Angelus realm is really charming. I'm glad I got to visit it. Suddenly, I was starting to feel sentimental. It was my last day in Angelus realm. There's still a lot I want to do. I leaned against the balcony railing, drowning in deep thought. After that moment, the image of my mom in her Angelus form flashed through my head. Not only that, I also remembered Luke's Angelus form. Her Angelus wings looked so beautiful and graceful. I began to imagine, how would I look with Angelus wings? Girl, you should try. Would it be as beautiful as Mom or Luke? However, I remembered I don't know how to change from forms into Angelus. I started to think while looking up at the sky. I'd regret it if I just leave tomorrow. There was still time to learn, just once before going back. I want to see my Angelus wings. Of course, Luke was the first person that came into my mind, given the fact that he has an Angelus form. Wait! Does Ash have an Angelus form? Does our sweet little angel baby have one? Should I ask Luke to teach me? Looks like he's the only Angelus that can help me at the moment. I don't want to go home with regrets. I want to carve one last good memory before leaving the Angelus realm. I always like the, no, don't do anything. Learn to spread my wings. Maybe if I asked Luke for help, he would teach me, but where is he? Suddenly a soft light from the garden caught my attention. What was that? Intrigued, I decided to check out the mansion's garden. How high up are we? I think it was around here. I looked for the light source. From a distance, I saw Luke in the flower garden. Was the light from Luke's magic? In front of one of the blossoming trees, Luke reached out and gently brushed the buds. Among all the flowers that have already bloomed, there were some that hadn't bloomed yet. You poor thing, you always want to bloom. You also want to bloom, don't you? Let me help you. Luke closed his eyes. He chanted a short spell. His hands began to emit a soft light that enveloped the flower buds in front of him. At the same time, Luke's angelus wings spread wide, showing his grace. Bloom. Under the moonlight, the flowers slowly began to bloom. I couldn't take my eyes off. What really caught my attention was Luke's wings really are beautiful. Leah, what are you doing there? Luke had finally noticed me. I'm here. Okay. His gentle smile pulled me closer. I saw a strange light coming from the garden. I wanted to see what it was. Apparently, it was you. I glanced at the flower Luke had just bloomed. I didn't know you could make flowers bloom. Luke stroked the flowers. I was just giving them a little nudge. Every flower deserves its beauty. You're right, but you are no less beautiful than these flowers, Luke. She's coming on to him today. Luke was surprised at my sudden compliment. Me? Your pose when using magic combined with your graceful angelus wings, it's like a view from heaven. Thank you. See, she's really down to flirt with these guys. Luke's cheeks flushed red because of my compliments. Luke, can I also show such beauty one day? At this point, I can only control my magic. I don't even know if I'll be good enough to change my form. Luke was silent for a moment, then walked over to me. Of course you can. You also have angelus blood, Leah. Right now, you are like a flower bud. Within you is hidden beauty. Oh my goodness. With a little nudge, you too can bloom beautifully. At that moment, a rose appeared in Luke's hand. He held it out the flower to me. Appeared? Oh wait, that's right. He doesn't make vines. I guess. I want to be the first one to see your angelus form. Will you show me the beauty that is currently hidden within you? Luke made me smile from ear to ear. I took the rose. Luke, please teach me how to change into my angelus form. My pleasure, Leah. Luke began to briefly explain how to transform into angelus form. Just like using magic, try to feel the energy around you and combined it with the energy in your blood. I tried to follow Luke's instructions. I've been studying magic for a few months. This should be easy. I felt the magic flowing around me. Then I felt something soft on my back. Oh! How? She's got 4 wings. However, my excitement only lasted a few seconds. The pair of wings suddenly disappeared. And then it seems that feels like Star Wars right now. My skills are still lacking. Looks like my magical energy isn't that strong yet. I still have a lot to practice. Luke grabbed my hand gently. Perhaps it's because your mind is all over the place. Are you still having doubts? I was silent for a moment. What Luke said wasn't wrong. Let me help you. Oh yeah. Luke pulled me into his arms. His sudden gesture made me blush instantly. When the distance between us disappeared, my heart started to beat fast. Luke? Luke stroked my head. His fingers ran through my hair. His touch was so soft, as if touching something so precious. And you feel my heartbeat? Heartbeat. In Luke's arms, I could hear his heartbeat. Focus on its sound. Use it as your guide. Please close your eyes. I did what Luke said. I could feel his heartbeat more clearly. The rhythm somehow calmed me down. His touch was warmer than usual. Try to feel the natural energy around you again. Luke's deep voice seemed to echo through every corner of my body. My body began to relax in Luke's arms, a gentle breeze, soft moonlight. I could feel everything. A cooling sensation swirled through my body. I felt something soft on my back. When I opened my eyes, I saw Luke's face up close. His smile was brimming with joy. Congratulations, Leah, you did it. I reached for my back. A pair of white wings gracefully unfurled. Wow. The feathers were so soft. In addition, a pair of smaller wings appeared on my lower back. My wings! How beautiful! Luke, thank you. You brought out the beauty in me. That's all thanks to you. Luke shook his head slowly. That was all you. I was just giving you a little nudge. I'm the one who should thank you. Oh, perfect. The moonlight embraced both of us. The soft light allowed me to see every line of Luke's perfectly chiseled face. Alright. Flower petals danced in the night's wind as it blew by. Luke touched my chin very gently. His thumb stroked my lips. Thank you for allowing me to be the first to witness your Angelus form. Wow. Our eyes met and his gaze penetrated my heart. Whenever he looked at me, my heart would grow weak. Slowly, Luke erased the distance between us. Oh. Okay, well, hang on. Our lips met. Luke poured all his heart onto me. Some of the phrasing. So we have officially kissed Ash now and Luke. We have not kissed Val, which is a shame. Val literally said we have all the time. Let's not rush things. That's what Val said to us instead of kissing us. The sweetness of his kiss and the warmth of his touch, everything drowned me in a sea of emotions. What a rude game. My heart was beating fast, enjoying this beautiful moment. After a while, Luke pulled his face away. We stared at each other. In this close distance, I could feel his gentle breathing. This is bad. What's wrong, Luke? After seeing your beautiful side, I'm slowly becoming selfish. What a pretty CG. Yeah, these have some nice CGs. They also had some funny CGs too so far. But we're not on a route yet. Keep that in mind as we're making out under the moonlight with this beautiful Angelus man. I don't want other people to see this side of you. Your beauty right now, I want to keep it all to myself. My face immediately felt hot. I didn't know how to respond. My voice disappeared. My heart skipped a beat when I heard Luke's words. Gently, he tightened his embrace. Leah, may I feel the sweetness of your lips for a second time? My stars. My heart stopped for a moment when I heard Luke's question. I think I've been enchanted. As a reminder, earlier this same day, we kissed Ash at the Capitol because someone said people who kiss after the bell tolls around here usually stay together forever, and so Ash kissed us. This girl, she's making moves. But she's making moves like without like any consideration of the guys. It's the only reason I'm a little like, about it. As his lips drew closer, I couldn't say anything. Test driving. Yeah. She's doing it with like, we're just friends. She's just like, we're friends. This is what friends do. I nodded to his question. 2 kisses, 2 different boys, same day. I welcomed Luke's kiss. His kiss was filled with longing. It started soft, but slowly became deeper and deeper. Time seemed to stop. Each touch filled my heart with all kinds of emotion. I'm a modern lady, but I'm not that modern. All my doubts disappeared, replaced by Luke's feelings. All I could do at that point was give every inch of my heart to Luke. See, that's where I'm like, but can you? Because you just kissed another guy. And before you kissed that guy, you were disappointed that a different guy kissed you on the cheek when you thought he was going to kiss you on the lips. You were like, oh, on the cheek? And he was all like, we got time. And I was like, wow, you tease. After letting go, we stared at each other for a while. Luke held my hand again. Let me walk you back to your room. Okay, I still want to spend time with you too. Girl, we walked back hand in hand. My heart was still blooming even now. Surely I couldn't erase this moment from my heart because it was the most beautiful memory I have with Luke. I'm glad they put with Luke at the end of that. Okay, but to be fair, we are assuming she only has 1 heart. You're right, she is half Daemon and half angelic. You are not on a specific route. Nope. This is what the affection looks like in this game. I'm at 27 with Ash, 47 with Luke, 47 with Val, which maybe no, his next chapter is 9 that he has something happening in. Which we're in right now. Have I made bad choices with Ash this entire time? This is common route. This is I'm not on anybody's route yet. 47, 47, 27. Why does he hate me? Ash! The next day, the students gathered. Like I said, this game started with her like, I'm going like, oh, let's hold hands constantly. And then like they started kissing her on the cheek and I'm like, oof. She ain't dating you yet. 27%, but he still kissed you? Yeah, he still kissed you. He's like, I don't want anyone else to kiss you here. She said, I want to bring the person I'm seeing here and do that. I want to kiss them when the bell tolls. That'd be fun. And he's all like, I'm right here. We're doing this. He's like, I don't want to miss the opportunity to kiss you, even if I don't believe in superstition. In a moment, the Academy would announce the results of the trial of Angelus. We were nervous while waiting for the results. Just in case, yeah. He really said it. He's like, alright, let's try. Good morning, everyone. Miss Lolly finally arrived moments later. Also, that was a PDA moment, too. They were in front of people. And they've made multiple jokes about them being friends. Like, they're like, oh, you're running a little late. What were you two doing before you got here? And they're like, oh my god, we were holding hands. But we're just friends. She wasn't alone this time. Is our good... Oh, no. Don't know that guy. Some Angelus we didn't know were also standing behind her. Are they the supervisors we observed during the trial? First, I want to congratulate all of you. You have successfully completed the first trial. After evaluating your performance, we will announce the results. This is it. Everything we worked for led to this. The tension was building up. I was nervous as well. After Miss Lolly waved her fingers, a transparent screen appeared. The final results are calculated by combining the evaluation with 2 stages of the trial. Not only that, additional points from each supervisor will also affect your final score. Miss Lolly swiped her fingers again. Following that, the screen showed the teams' names in red. This is the list of teams that failed the trial. At the end of the year, you must take a remedy trial. Student, study hard and don't waste your last chance. What are you gonna do if we fail being an angel? A majority of the students let out sighs and tears started to flow. How many teams have failed? I felt relieved to see that my team wasn't among those listed. After that, Miss Lolly started announcing the teams that made it through, and the 3 teams with the highest scores. My team has yet to be mentioned. Does that mean? Okay, now she's being acting suspenseful. When they did the extra credit, they said they were in second already. You're like, you guys are in second. So do you want to do extra credit? A glimmer of hope was inside of me. Would we get the highest score? Miss Lolly took a deep breath. The team with the highest score goes to Leah's team. How is it my team? Whoa, first off, do we have a team name? I should have had a team name. Is it because I'm the only girl in this group of 4? I couldn't believe my ears. Of course, we worked hard. Not bad at all. Good thing our hard work paid off. Their voices made me realize that I heard correctly. We did it! I couldn't hold my excitement and hugged the 3 of them at the same time. Are we amazed? We are amazed by your performances during the second stage. Unfortunately, your grades dropped because your performance in the first stage wasn't up to par. But because of your hard work in doing the extra tasks, you managed to turn the tables. Congratulations, you deserve the first place. Everyone started clapping to congratulate us, except for the people who wanted to stab us in the back. Thank you very much, Miss Lolly. At that time, I saw Maya waving at me from the crowd of students. Mia, congrats! Thank you, Maya. But next to her, Seraph looked annoyed. He must have been angry that my team beat his, even though he cheated and changed our riddle. Good thing I helped my friends yesterday. Eat that, Seraph. The results of this trial is final, and so I declare the trial of Angela's complete. With that, Miss Lolly finished her announcement. The Academy needs time to prepare for your return. You are given 2 hours of free time. After that, gather around back here. Those who are late will be left behind. Even though Miss Lolly said it in a casual tone, we knew she was serious. We better not be late. What happens if we get left? We decided to spend some time at the park nearby. Finally, our first trial is over. To be honest, it was more difficult than I thought. We still had to have the trial of Damon and the trial of Human. You're right. Seems like we should be more prepared for the next trial. I don't know anything about the trial of Human, but I'm sure the Damon one will be tougher. Trial of Damon heavily relies on strength and power, and guess what? You're a weak little baby who had to be saved by all of us last time. I should start preparing once we get back to the academy. Good afternoon, do you have time? In the middle of the conversation, someone approached us. I was shocked because that person was Mr. Fay. How may we help you? I just want to congratulate you. You managed to score fairly high on the first trial. Why is he pretty though? Because he's an angel. This is thanks to you. Actually, is it? He had to give extra credit regardless. Thank you, Mr. Fay. Just thank the people. Except that you did something, right? Mr. Fay smiled back at me and then glanced at Val. Val, can we talk? Oh, that's right! He's friends with Val's dead brother. Lucius? I don't know. Something. Curious, we all looked at Val. Sure, I've been waiting for you. It's about my late brother, right? Mr. Face smiled meaningfully and nodded. Thank God you did my extra task. I was reminded of Cherry and Barry's story, the sweet little fairies. We're done. Lucas, not Lucius. I was close. Lucas is my bro. I was hoping it'd show the fairies. It didn't even show them. Cherry and Barry said Mr. Faye and Val's brother knew each other. Seeing the serious atmosphere between Val and Faye, I thought it was best to give them space. Shh, what should I do? Stay here. Just be like, I just like hot gossip. Then we'll give you some space. I glanced at Ash and Luke. Hi, Jay. Hello. Luke, let's move somewhere else. No need. You can stay here if you want. Trash. I trust all of you. Does he like me more? Did that work? Was that the right I don't know what the right answers are in this. Still likes me 47. Val! We couldn't help but smile at what he said, except for Ash, who tried to hide his happiness. That's how you hide happiness, by blushing. Ash, just say if you're happy, don't be shy. Shut up, I'm not that happy. I feel like teasing him. But I refrained. We need to focus on Mr. Faye. So how do you know my brother? Mr. Faye didn't answer Val right away. After staring at him for a while, Faye started laughing. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you. It's just that you are the complete opposite of Lucas. It feels funny somehow. I met Lucas at the academy. We were good friends even though we lost contact after graduation. Sadness slowly crept onto Mr. Faye's face. I heard about Lucas. I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it to his funeral. Val clenched his fist as if trying to hold back his sadness. Thank you. However, you didn't come see me just to offer condolences, did you? Val, give him a second. Mr. Faye nodded before closing his eyes. Holding out his hand, he began to cast a short spell. At that moment, a light appeared above Mr. Faye's palm. The light began to spread. Oh yeah. A gold key was now in Mr. Faye's hand. A key? I don't think there'd be a question mark. It'd be the key. Val was speechless. Mr. Faye gave the key to Val. Is this my brother's key? You're correct. Lucas left it to me a few months before his death. He asked me to take good care of it, if he ever passed away. Lucas asked me to hand this key to you when you visit the Angelus realm. Use this to open your brother's box. Val's hand was slightly trembling. However, he gripped the key tightly. I've been waiting for you for a long time, Val. How long has your brother been dead? Even though I didn't expect you to come when you were still at the academy. Me neither. I didn't think I'd be able to visit Angelus Realm so soon. Thanks for keeping the key for me. In my heart, I felt a bit relieved. It's good that Val managed to achieve his goal in the Angelus Realm. Even though you have different personalities, you're still similar to Lucas. You are praising me too much. My brother is much better than me. You mean was. It's dark, but it's true. Lucas is amazing. He is different from the other daemons. His wisdom and intelligence often rivaled those of the Angelus. He didn't just rely on magical strength like other daemons. Mr. Faye was staring intently at Val. And I think you have the same qualities as Lucas. I watched you during the trial of Angelus, Val. You have a lot of potential as a daemon. A faint smile appeared on Val's face. Thanks for the compliment, Mr. Faye. Val stared at the key in his hand again. Mr. Fay, do you know anything about the key in the human realm? Fay immediately shook his head. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it. Lucas never told me anything other than... Lucas never told me about anything other than this key. But I feel like getting the key in the human realm won't be that easy. Be careful, anything can happen in the human realm. It's crazy there. People cross the street without looking both ways. Val nodded. With his business done, Mr. Fay bid us goodbye. It's time to go back. Oh yeah, the flying ship. Miss Lolly's not gonna really leave us, is she? Without further ado, we headed straight back to Miss Lolly's location. After traveling for several hours, we finally arrived at Celestia Academy. Are we gonna get attacked by a dragon again? Starting tomorrow, class will be held as usual. So get some rest today. Miss Lolly dismissed us after that brief announcement. I was about to go back to the dorm, however I stopped when I saw a familiar figure in the distance. Leah! Damien! Hello! Damien waved at me from outside the platform. Why are you here? To pick you up, of course. Damien? I miss you. I moved closer and hugged Damien. I watched your trial. You worked hard, Leah. I'm proud of you. Thank you, Damien. When she smiles like that, I feel like it'd be better if she had bunny teeth. Hear me out. I was proud to hear his compliment. You must be tired. Shall we have a lunch? Your friends can come too. I'll treat you all. Val got excited as soon as he heard about the free lunch. Lunch, let's go! Let's go! When it comes to food, he's always excited. Thank you very much, Mr. Damien. And so, we decided to have lunch together. The 5 of us. The 5 of us. Delicious! Waiter, give me more. Hey, have some control. Are you that hungry, Val? The lunch felt rowdier than usual. How was your first trial? Did anything interesting happen? I saw Mama. The world was beautiful, the exam was difficult, the system was unique. I mean, was it? The Angelus realm was very beautiful. That was the first time I've seen a city filled with canals. I began telling him everything that happened in the trial of Angelus. Unfortunately, we had difficulty solving the first stage riddle because some asshole changed our riddle. As I continued telling Damien the story, annoyance appeared on Val's face. No matter how much I think about it, I still hate Seraph. If it weren't for him, we might have scored even higher. What happened? Seraph sabotaged our riddle. Because of that, we were almost eliminated in the first stage. It seems like there was someone helping Seraph carry out his plan. Was it you, my dear brother? Are you a sus? Star, feel free to join us in Discord. We have a small little community where we talk about Atome and other general things. Like bunnies and what we had for lunch. And sometimes there's polls in there which are fun. How did you know? Seraph told me. He said there were a lot who wanted me to fail. Damien fell silent. His expression became serious, and there was a notable change in the atmosphere surrounding him. Damien, are you okay? You're so quiet. You're sweating, buddy. Giveaways too sometimes? Yes. Sometimes there's a giveaway. No. I just don't expect there would be someone planning your downfall like that. I will investigate this case further. Which reminds me, the last giveaway, everyone who commented except for, who was it? Blue? Was like, I don't want to enter the panel. I don't want to enter the raffle. Yeah, Blue, do you want to be the winner? You're the only one who didn't say you didn't want to be part of the raffle. Everyone else was all like, I don't want to be in the raffle. But here's some names for you. You guys are just like, I'm just helping. I'll investigate this case further. Probably starting with that student named Seraph. It's because I already have. I want to give everyone a chance to win. That's so fair. I figured that's why you said it, but then was it Ray or was it? Because it was Jay that was like, I won't be joining the raffle, and then right after that, Yinny was all like, I'm not joining the raffle. I'm just like, okay. Technically it's over. Oh, it wasn't. It was Yinny. But Blue's the only one who comments like, here's a bunch of names, and didn't say I won't be joining the raffle at the same time. I won't give up either. We're gonna stab Seraph. Hear me out. If you stab him, he can't come back from the dead. I don't know how these guys' lives work. We changed the topic and continued our lunch. At that moment, Damien stared at Val, Ash, and Luke one by one. Blue, our only winner. Blue, by lack of participation. Or not lack of participation, by lack of consideration? That's the word I'd go with here. By lack of competition, yeah. By lack of competition. What do you think about Leah at the academy? Suddenly this question took me by surprise. Damien, why would you ask something like that? I just want to hear from your friends. Wink, your friends. What do you think? Leah's a diligent student. She always pays close attention to the lessons. Not only that, she's also very diligent at practicing magic. Our other giveaway too, I think only Ray participated. Yeah, for the getting a little goose costume, it was only Ray. I'm amazed by her desire to always improve. Leah's also popular with the other students. Her kindness draws in people. And we all like her a lot. Go on, say it. Their compliments made me blush. Meanwhile, Damien nodded while smiling proudly. For some reason, he looked very satisfied. Any other interesting stories about Leah? Damien! I'm embarrassed. Stop asking my friends weird things. What's wrong? It's more fun this way. I remember a story. Luke. It was useless. I couldn't stop them anymore. They continued exchanging stories. Their gleeful laughter made me give up. I remember practicing magic alone with Leah. Just as she was about to fall, I hugged her. And that second, everyone fell silent. Boy? Hugged? What do you mean by that? Ah! That. Damien's warm smile changed. The air around us became icy cold. Damien? Come on, that's not important. Let's talk about something else. Sure, I want to know more stories from your friends, right? Just friends. I'm really happy Leah has lots of friends in the academy. But remember, just friends. Do all of you understand? I want to see everyone's cute MCs. I like the options we had in that game too. There was a lot of cute variations you could get. Understood. After that, no one dared to look at Damien anymore. What are they doing? I could only shake my head at their behavior. Go on, tell everyone how many of them have you kissed on the mouth? Several days have passed since the trial of Angelus was over. My academic life was back to normal, at least until Shadow called me. That day, I attended magic class with Ash as usual. You did great in class, Ash. Your method of casting magic is very effective. How did you do that? I can teach you in the next practice session. Really? I can't wait. In the middle of our conversation, a wolf suddenly came out of the bushes. Imagine. Oh, woo! A wolf? Where did it come from? When I took a closer look, the wolf looked familiar. I think I've seen this wolf somewhere. He's Shadow's pet. I thought back to our first meeting with Shadow. That's right, I remember him dropping us off at Shadow's. The wolf approached and sat in front of us. Around his neck hung a letter. Is this for us, bully? Bark. Ash took the letter and started reading it. Imagine. What's in the letter? It's from Shadow. He wants to see us. See us? What for? He didn't explain further. He only told us to meet him at the usual place tonight. How about it, Leah? Would you like to accept Shadow's invitation? I thought for a moment, even though I've only met Shadow once, I don't think he was the type to do anything bad to us, except if I don't go to his place, I get a bad ending, and wolves attack me. I can protect myself. There's nothing wrong with seeing Shadow. Maybe I can get some new information. Let's meet Shadow together. Ash smiled at my answer. I'll pick you up tonight. Wait for me and we'll go together. I'm gonna go by myself. Seems like a good idea. After deciding where to meet, we parted ways. When night fell, Ash and I headed straight for Shadow's base. Ash, do you have any idea why Shadow wants to see us? Ash didn't answer right away. Actually, I've been asking him for additional information lately, but he hasn't charged me for information yet. What additional information? Oh, if you weren't here previously on Celestia, Shadow, is a barterer. And he's not one of those people who's all like, here, give me money. He's like, give me something. And that something was her blood. So he has her blood. What additional information about my sister's actions in Glacia? Ash and Orpheus's conversation in the Angelus realm was playing in my head again. Is this related to the power struggle for the throne in Glacia? Ash seemed lost in his thoughts. She started to like cut herself for him and he's like, whoa. And then one of the wolves came out literally with like a blood collection bag. It was pretty intense. I don't understand why he called you too. Does this have anything to do with my request? Go find out. Shadow's cool. Wolf. Unknowingly, we arrived in front of Shadow's base. The wolf that delivered our letter was waiting at the door. I think it would be quicker if we asked Shadow directly. You're right, let's go in. Without knocking? Inside, Shadow was sitting casually on the couch playing with his wolves. Oh, you finally arrived. I almost died of boredom waiting for you guys. Why did you call us? Don't be in such a hurry. Have a seat. It's gonna be a long night. After the wolves served us tea, because they do that, Shadow started the conversation. I brought you here for a reason. I need your help with my work. Help? What can we do? What can we do for you? Shadow smiled meaningfully while looking at me. I didn't expect your little brother to be so cute, especially his white hair. I was confused by the sudden change of topic. My little brother, did you meet him? Why are you suddenly talking about Finn? Shadow only laughed at my question. He's an informant, and if he met my brother, he may have met a daemon named Lilith? I think that's her name. Because this job has something to do with your brother. Finn, what do you mean? I can't say much more if you don't accept this job. Shadow glanced at Ash. Ash, I've got the thing you asked for, but I won't give it to you until I get paid. The job will be your payment. Will the job harm Finn? Depends on how it turns out. But if you refuse this job, I'll take back the information. You can't take back information. That's how information works. Ash thought for a moment before looking at me. Shadow looked at me too. Do you want to do it or not? I began to carefully weigh every possibility. Shadow has a job related to Finn. Since that's the case, wouldn't it be better for me to assist Shadow? That way, I can at least make sure Finn is safe while doing this job. In that case, I should reject Shadow. Would that end badly? Should I try to get bad endings still? I don't know. There's like 20 bad endings or more. We've been watching Tokyo Revengers and I feel like every option could end up bad. Oh my gosh. I can do an emojicon too. Watch this, watch this. Bad ending, okay. Ash. Sorry, I'm not taking this job. I think Shadow is too suspicious. Okay, I understand your decision. Then it looks like we have to find another way. Another way to do what? Shadow glanced at me. Sorry, I have to ask you to leave if you don't want to get involved in this. This conversation is confidential. I'll ask one of my wolves to accompany you back. His wolves killed me once. That night I came home with a heavy mind. What exactly happened to Finn? The next day, I still couldn't shake my curiosity. I couldn't take it anymore, so I decided to approach Finn in person. Finn, has something happened to you lately, my guy? Something? What do you mean, sis? I didn't know how to explain it to Finn. Maybe something weird happened to you, anything like that lately? Finn was deep in thought. I'm not sure what's wrong, sis. I couldn't answer Finn. I wasn't sure if I should tell Finn about Shadow, but I couldn't get any information from Finn like this either. It's nothing. Please forget about it. Finn looked nervous, but he didn't say anything. I love the new animated emoji. Yes, it's our poppin' cat, but it's Chomper. Looks like I made a mistake. If I knew it was going to be like this, I should have accepted Shadow's offer yesterday. As I left Finn, I could only bury these feelings of regret. It had been a few days since the trial of Angelus was finished. My academy life had returned to the normal rhythm. After class, I had a chat with Maya. Oh no, did it just act like nothing else happened? See, like it seems like this is normal now, right? Did nothing else happen? Rude. We also need to get a dancing one. I think that would be Gabriel, because I think that'd be funny if a lamb was dancing. I don't know if that's gonna work. He's also the airhead, so him going like this would just be kind of cute. Just bobbing, head bobbing. I'll help you, Shadow. Good choice. As for the reward, I have some interesting pieces of information for you. I wonder if the choice affects something later on. It might. Which is also... Here's my... I have 2 complaints about this, right? Way too affectionate, way too fast. The reason I keep saving over stuff is there's only 30 saves. And when you save, if I save down here, it pushes my save all the way up here every time you start. It doesn't go to like your last time you save. So it's a little redundant to go all the way down here to save, because then you have to go all the way back down here to save the next one if you're trying not to save over each other. Yeah, it's strange. And only 30? There's so many choices. And I know not every choice you make in this game affects the story, because sometimes it'll be like, oh, what should I say? Don't do it. There's a cat in here. What a weird coincidence. And you pick any one of those options, and then like all those 3 of them kind of get said in the next sentence. So it feels like didn't matter what you picked, it was always going to kind of go that direction. Complete the mission, I'll tell you. Interesting information. Shadow smiled meaningfully. I really couldn't guess what was on his mind. I know the reason behind your brother's pact with the young lady of the house, Asmodeus. I was surprised to hear Shadow's words. They were beyond my expectations. How did you find out? How do you know what my brother looks like? Once again, he left me in mystery. Relax, I'll tell you everything once you finish the mission. Ooh. Shadow started to explain our mission. Your mission is really simple. Okay. My client wants to know if Finn Silverwings has the incubus ability. Incubus ability? What does that mean? Incubus are a kind of daemon that uses their appearance and magic to charm those around them. Daemons have different abilities? Is that it? Since Asia has been missing for some streams, I may have a chance to surpass her in cabbages. How many cabbages do you have? She's missing specifically from this one because she intends to get it when it comes out, so she doesn't want to see anything. Twitch did me dirty and gave me 6 ads in a row. Okay, but were they cute ones? Did you get the Magic the Gathering with the cute little animals, the critters? I'm guessing Incubus is one of them. Follow Finn Silverwings, then check if he ever uses his Incubus ability. What are the signs? What are the signs he's using his ability? How do we know? You have that, don't you, Shadow? Yep. Shadow took out a small magic stone. Along with it was a golden compass. You can use these magical devices to check whether someone's using incubus magic or not. Oh no, lunch is over. Bye, Jay. I hope you have a good rest of your day at work. Stick with magic stones on the target. When your target uses its powers, the needle on the compass will move. Ash took the device.
Yes, my petto!
Aw, thank you. Thank you for gifting Jay with a tier 1 sub. Ash took the device and kept them carefully. I wonder if Jay was still here for that. It's been so long since I've heard Papa's voice. One more thing. My client asked the mission to be done secretly. Since most of the time Finn is with his master, you can't be too close when you're following him. No matter what happens, don't let Finn catch you. Got it. So I can't just ask him, hey, do you know what an incubus ability is? Could you show me what that looks like? I guess that's all. As for the information you asked, I'll give them all to you as rewards. Ash and I nodded. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'll be waiting for your report. Good luck. We wrapped up the discussion and went straight back to the dorms. That alert is too good. I know, I love it so much. I need him to do more voices and have more just like insane things, because I'll do that always for gifted subs. The next morning, Ash and I met up for the mission. From a distance, I saw Finn waiting for Lilith to finish class. Why is Lilith's class taking so long? As instructed, we were watching Finn from afar. Finn's not with Lilith. This is our chance to attach the magic stone. You're right, but... how do we do it? There are students, what if we get caught? See, that's my example of how like sometimes the choices seem kind of like redundant. So like, how do we do it? There are other students was two of the options, and now she's saying both. It'll be harder if Lewis is with him. Let's take the risk and finish it. Ash was right. If we kept hesitating, we'll never finish the mission. Alright, let's attach the stone. Ash smiled at my response. He took out the magic stone and began to cover it in an ice mist. Can I ask you a favor? Can you control the wind and bring the stone near Finn? I can do that, but I can't stick the stone onto him. It's okay. I'll take over from there. Ash seemed confident with his plan, so I trusted him. I focused my energy while looking at Finn. I waited for the right moment, then I shot the stone at him. Why is the wind so strong all of a sudden? The magic stone landed behind Finn's collar. Fortunately, the cloth hit it well enough. At that moment, Ash immediately cast a spell. Freeze. The mist that covered the stone was frozen to ice. The magic stone was successfully attached to Finn. We did it! I think I would notice if like, I don't even know how much that probably weighs, like a couple ounces at least, suddenly was on me and coldness. We have to watch him. I took out the compass. The needle was not moving at all. And so we kept observing Finn for some time. Finn looked bored while waiting for Lilith. How long do I have to wait? As Finn was starting to get annoyed, a student who was just passing by approached him. Finn, are you waiting for Lilith? Yeah, but class is taking too long. They started chatting happily. For a moment, I could see the needle on the compass move. But when I looked again, the needle stopped moving. Was it just me? Maybe it's just a coincidence. Let's watch him a little longer. After a while, the girl left. Finn waited again with a sigh. I'm thirsty. When Finn started to frown, just like before, another student came over. Yo, Finn, are you waiting for Lilith? Yes, but I'm thirsty. You're lucky, I have a can of juice. Do you want it? Thanks. Again, I caught a glimpse of the compass moving. He was bored and a person came to talk to him. He was thirsty and someone gave him juice. Just like before, it stopped when I looked at it. Don't you think it's odd? About Finn? Finn's wishes always come true, and the students granted it. When he was bored, someone came over to chat with him. When he was thirsty, a student gave him juice. We looked at each other. Could it be Finn really has the incubus ability? It never crossed my mind at all. The class bell rang. Damon students started to leave the class. Oh, you're on time. That's rare. I can be punctual too, you know? That's good. I'm tired today. Let's just head back to the dorms. Don't you have another class? I feel like skipping it. Lilith and Finn started walking. We followed them from afar. Suspicious. Finn's stomach started rumbling halfway. He stopped in front of the cafeteria. Hey, kid, why are you stopping? Finn tugged on the hem of Lilith's shirt. Lilith, I'm hungry. Can we stop by for some cake? Oh my. Seeing Finn's cute face, the students around them immediately swarmed Finn. Finn, are you hungry? I have a sandwich. How about I treat you to some cake? I have macarons. Would you like some? Jeez, no need. I'll buy him a cake. At the same time, the compass needle in my hand began to vibrate violently. I think we can draw a conclusion now. Yeah, I'm sure it's not a coincidence. Finn does have the incubus ability, but it seems like he is oblivious to the power he possesses. I felt conflicted. I thought I knew everything about Finn. Why? You didn't even know he was a daemon until like a month ago. I was grateful that I could get to know more. It's just, I felt like there was still an unsolved mystery about Finn. That night we reported back to Shadow. The kid really is an incubus, huh? Interesting. We have finished our mission. Now it's your turn to keep your word. Of course, I'm not the type to go back on my word. Shadow took out some documents and gave them to Ash. There's a list of people your sister has met over the past few months. Take a look. Ash briefly skimmed the documents and kept them. As for you, Shadow glanced at me. I want to know who requested this mission and the information you promised. Shadow showed a mysterious smile. My client, huh? Do you want to guess? Stop messing around. Ouch, you're so cold. My client is Lilith Asmodeus. I was at a loss for words when I heard Shadow's answer. Lilith? Why did she... Did you know that House Asmodeus is a family of succubi? Succubi? Like incubi, succubi also use their appearance and magic to charm those around them. However, House Asmodeus is a noble family that was among the original founders of the Daemon realm. They even have the innate ability to control people's minds. Then... what is their relationship between the two? Shadow laughed again. It all ties back to why Lilith made a pact with Finn in the first place. Shadow smiled faintly before continuing his story. Did you know that Lilith was betrothed even before she was born? Ew. How? An engagement between two noble families? Isn't that a common practice? Lilith's grandfather set her up with House Azazel. House Azazel are descendants of daemons with the incubus ability. Her grandfather promised that he would marry Lilith to the first son of the House Azazel. This agreement is bound by a magic pact and marked with a tattoo engraved on Lilith's body. However, the patriarch of the House Azazel still had no sons at the time. Then what happened? Lord Azazel had an affair with a low-ranked demon. The woman gave birth to a son, the first son of House Azazel. For a few seconds, Shadow stopped talking. Maybe he was trying to put his words together. Lilith's grandfather was furious. He didn't want Lilith to be engaged to a daemon whose blood is mixed with low rank. That's why he killed the entire Azazel family. The atmosphere turned tense. I didn't think there was a dark story behind Lilith's life. But here comes the interesting part. The boy's body was never found. Moreover, the tattoo that signified their engagement didn't disappear from Lilith's body. The son is still alive. Wink, wink. Don't tell me the son is... You probably already have an idea who it is. But Lilith is still unsure about this fact. That's why she's trying to confirm the truth through me. And here is the results. But what is Lilith going to do? Don't tell me she wants to kill Finn. I think the young lady has other thoughts. In fact, She seemed just as confused as you. I was too shocked by all the news facts. It never occurred to me that there was a reason behind their magic pact. That's all the information I have. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Thanks, Shadow. After that, everything was a blur. I couldn't focus at all. My mind was overwhelmed with various thoughts. When I came to my senses, I was already on my way home with Ash. I was still occupied with my own thoughts until suddenly, Leah, watch out. My body was pulled back. In front of me there was a pole. I almost hit a pole. Ash checked on me right away. Are you okay, my guy? It's dangerous not to pay attention when you walk. Listen, Ash. I appreciate you stopping me from smacking my head into a pole, but I don't need to be told that to know that I probably should be paying attention. Ash looked at me worry evident on his face. Thanks, Ash. Sorry, I can't focus right now. I don't know what to do. I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked by all of this. What can I do for Finn as his sister? Both of us fell silent. Ash didn't say anything. However, he held my hand gently. Then slowly he pulled me into his arms. In a split second, I felt a comforting warmth envelop me. Maybe you don't need to do anything. Do nothing? Ash nodded. You're still looking for a way to break Finn's magical pact, but the story that you just heard, I think it's a problem between Finn and Lilith. Ash pulled me closer to him. It's enough that you observe Finn from afar. Think of it as a chance for Finn to become more mature. Everyone is the main character of their own story. If Finn walks his own path, let Finn walk his own path. Ash's words seemed to open my eyes. In that moment, it felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. You've been working hard all this time. Don't try to do it all alone. I'm here. Listen. If I want to overthink things and cause problems and be a drama queen, remember, I get to write my own story. His hug was getting tighter. I could feel his hands gently caress my back. Whatever you're dealing with, you can share everything with me, because I will always be by your side. I felt at ease once I saw his reassuring smile. The moonlight cast a beautiful glow in his eyes. He effortlessly captured my attention. Little by little, his face inched closer to mine. A second later, a soft kiss landed on my forehead. Okay, we're back to forehead kisses. Or cheek kisses. Because we're friends. Through his kiss, Ash poured all his feelings for me, and my doubts and worries slowly disappeared, replaced by a sweet feeling. I let myself get lost in this sea of sweet emotion. That night, I was grateful that Ash was by my side. It had been a few days since the trial of Angelus was finished. My academic life had returned to its normal rhythm. After attending class together that afternoon, I had a chat with Maya. Leah, do you have classes? Yes, actually I'm taking Damon practical class. Damon practical class? Isn't that optional? Yes, but I want to get myself ready for the trial of Damon. I recalled all the information I'd heard about the trial of Damon. We're not doing flashbacks here. Angels can't use magic in the Damon world. That's all that said. If you feel like it feels like I'll regret it if I don't prepare myself. Maya patted my shoulder. Good luck, Leah. I will always root for you. I can't help much with the trial of Damon, but if you need anything, let me know, okay? Her kind words touched my heart. Thanks, Maya. Oh, I have to go. It's almost time for my part-time job. Bye, Leah. Good luck, Maya. After parting ways with Maya, I headed straight to my next class. Ooh. A coliseum. Unlike the Angelus class, the atmosphere in the Damon class was lively. There he is, Mr. Mask. I've missed him. Hey, you guys are still full of energy, huh? Mr. Mask walked to with a cheerful smile for today's class. Let's practice fighting in pairs. He looks so cool. I know. He's great, he's great. I want to understand him so bad. First-hand experience will make you understand faster. Is this teacher that lazy? Hearing that, all the students cheered at Mr. Mask. They seem uninterested in theory as well. They're all so excited. So go ahead and find your partner. Just then Mr. Mask's cell phone rang. He stared at the screen for a few seconds. I have to take care of something first. You guys go on without me. Without waiting, the students immediately found a partner and started practicing together. Looks like they're used to this kind of situation. Not far from me, Val was training with a friend in one of the arenas. Today's the day I beat you, Val. Are you challenging me? Val took out a long spear adorned with gold ornaments. I won't lose that easily. Okay, Val began channeling electrical magic into his spear. Val's sparring partner also took out a sword and imbued it with magic. His opponent rushed forward, but Val still seemed unfazed. Take this. Val avoided the sword strike with ease. In one swift motion, he darted behind the other student and swung his spear. With a single slash, Val skillfully cornered his friend. I lost. Another win for me. Val's agility and light movement left me in awe. No wonder he won. I could barely keep up with his moves. Leah, you're taking this class too? Val noticed my presence and approached me. Val? You're so agile. Oh, practice with me. Come practice with me. I want to spar with you too. Sure, I won't hold back. You think I'll lose that easily? However, while Val and I were getting ready, someone approached us. Interesting. Can I join? No. Lilith's sly smile instantly put us on edge. Lilith, don't mess with us. Hey, I haven't said anything. Why are you being so negative? What do you want? Lilith smiled smugly as she looked at me. Duel with me. Duel? We're gonna die. Why do I have to duel you? Don't tell me you're afraid of losing. Do you think you can provoke me with something like that? Only Val would take such a stupid bait anyways. What did you say? Lily glanced at me again. How about this? If you win, I'll give Finn a whole day of free time. Are you serious? Of course. That was tempting, really tempting. Okay, I accept your challenge. As long as you don't go back on your word later. Good girl. We prepared our weapons. Yeah, I believe in you. Be careful. Lilith is sneaky. Okay, thanks for the warning, Val. I needed that apparently. Val patted my head gently. I'm sure you can win. Val's words gave me confidence. Hey, no public displays of affection, bro. Shut up, Lilith. Sheesh, your face just now was really disgusting, Val. Watch your mouth. Before Lilith and Val's argument got heated, I stepped into the arena. Our fight caught the attention of the other Damon students, and they started to gather. What's going on? Why is everyone gathered together? Mr. Mask was finally back after finishing his business. One of the students explained briefly about Lilith's duel with me. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll be the judge. I'll judge your duel myself. Not sure if that's better or worse. Mr. Mask came up to the arena with us. Lilith took out a pair of small knives and imbued them with fire magic. Hydrate! This is gonna be a sad, funny story. I'm gonna have to be right back because I actually forgot to refill my water. So I can't hydrate. Hang on one sec. Okay. I have water now. Mentally, for a minute, I had forgot I was gonna stream today. So I was like, oh, my water's empty, it's fine. And then I started my stream and went, whoops. Welcome back, thank you. It's a long trip to the kitchen, but I did it, so this is full now again. Lilith took out a pair of small knives and imbued them with fire magic. Whoa, wait, where's my fan? As I also prepared my fan. We stared at each other intently. Don't go back on your word if you lose. Try not to cry, little girl. We're the same age. Ready? Go. In an instant, Lilith ran at me. As we drew near, Lilith brandished her sword. Sounds right. I have to... deflect? I quickly shook my fan. Deflect. A strong gust of wind came out of my fan. Lilith walked back to avoid it. This sucks. I can't stand still. I took this opportunity to launch an attack on Lilith. Wind blade. Oh my god. She really is. Katana. I forgot Katana's name for a second. A layer of sharp wind blew towards Lilith at high speed. Fire blast. The flames from Lilith's blade detonated my sharp wind. The stone floor was shattered from the explosion. I have to think of another strategy. Battle between us was fierce. Neither of us were willing to back down. At this rate, I could lose. I have to do something. I saw pieces of rocks on the broken floor. An idea immediately popped into my head. I can take advantage of this. I focused all my magical energy. There's only one chance. Gale. A strong gust of wind set dust and debris flying in all directions. What? Oh my gosh. Lilith was taken aback, then her vision was suddenly blocked. And I came up behind her and stabbed her. Oh my god. In between those moments, I quickly moved behind Lilith. I put my fan around her neck, showing that I have successfully locked her movement. Give up, Lilith, I win. I don't know if you win like that. Mr. Mass laughed at the results of our duel. He immediately stopped us both. Game over, and the winner is Leah Silverwings. Wow! The audience cheered. The match had them all fired up. I felt a sense of relief when I successfully won against Lilith. I beat Lilith. All the hard practice really paid off. However, Lilith seemed unable to accept the results of the match. I can't lose like this. Lost in her emotions, Lilith threw one of her flame-covered knives at me. Leah, behind you! Hearing Val scream, I instinctively turned around, just so the knife could hit me in the chest. Huh? But I was too careless. I couldn't dodge in time. Did I get a bad ending accidentally? By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. Blood started dripping on the arena. That's the end of the chapter? I died? Damien Silverwings. What a twist of fate. There was no way I could lose like this. Oh, chapter 10 is on Lilith's point of view only. Carried away by her emotions, Lilith threw one of her flame-covered knives at me. I can't stand her. I enjoy them having antagonists, at least. A lot of games kind of give a shadow antagonist, and I like that they have faces. I still don't understand their motivations too much. Like Seraph, aka Draco, aka Sephiroth. I don't really know what his motivations are just yet. I was too careless. I couldn't dodge in time. And that's how I died. By the time I regained my senses, blood was dripping on the arena. The sight of bloodshed caused everyone to panic. However, the blood wasn't mine. Oh! Lilith, you really— oh my god, Val. Thank you. Somehow I found myself already embraced by Val. Meanwhile, his other hand caught the flying knife. This is an Anku moment? We have an Anku moment, guys. Oh my god. Imagine it pierced them both. Now this is cooler. He went over there and he just grabbed it out of the air and he's holding it and his hand's all bloody now. Val, your hand. Val! The earth. Val said nothing. He kept glaring at Lilith. Sorry, didn't mean to. My hand slipped. Your hand slipped? Val threw the bloody knife back. The knife flew towards Lilith, hand landing on the ground next to her feet. Next time you do that, don't blame me if my hand slips too. Lilith clicked her tongue and walked away. I'm sorry, we had a teacher there. She should be in trouble. You can be a bunch of daemons all you like, but this is a schoolyard, not, I don't know, not Black Friday. Like, come on. That brat causing trouble as soon as nobody's paying attention. After that, Val finally looked at me. Are you okay? You're hurt, my dude. You're the one hurt, my guy. You're the one who got hurt. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. Val smiled at me. I'm good. It's just a small cut. Even though Val said that, blood continued to drip from the cut on his palm. The arena's broken again. Will the headmaster cut my salary? Mr. Mask seemed unconcerned about Val. Mr. Mask, why didn't you stop Lilith? Stop Lilith? Mr. Mask then laughed at me. If this was the Daemon realm, I wouldn't even bother watching your duel. Unlike Angelus under the human realm, the Daemon realm is anything but peaceful. His priority, I'm crying. You better remember that. You're gonna be there soon. Having said that, Mr. Mask went to check on the other students. I remained frozen in place. What just happened made me realize that Daemon realm and Angelus realm are polar opposites. I've been too naive all this time. I snapped back to my senses when I felt Val's tap my shoulder. Mr. Mask dismissed the class. Let's go. Val's wound immediately came to my mind. We have to treat your wound, dude. I can do that on my own. I gently stroked Val's hand. Which part? Let me help you. It's the least I can do. Okay. Let me get Maya. She's a healer. That's why she wanted a wand. Fortunately, Val's injury wasn't as bad as it looked. I was careless. Even though you already warned me that Lilith is sneaky. Val didn't answer me. Instead, he gently stroked my head. Don't feel guilty. I told you, a wound like this is nothing. These kinds of wounds are nothing new. I've been getting them since I was a kid. Since you were a kid? How come? Because my training to become a patriarch was far from easy. My heart ached after hearing his words. I understood that being a noble heir came with a lot of responsibility, but still, I didn't want to see Val get hurt again. Unconsciously, I drew my hand closer to me. Then I gently kissed the back. He has a wound. We do not kiss wounds. Oh my god. I kissed the back of his hand, hoping there's bacteria in your mouth and on your hands. She's a vampire. I knew it. Oh my god. Imagine. Angel plus demon equals vampire. Hoping that this small gesture would ease the pain even a little bit. Leah, the training you went through must be really hard. Val paused briefly before breaking into a smile. It was, but I've never regretted it. Val caressed my cheek gently. I found his golden eyes gazing at me tenderly. Thanks to that, I was able to protect someone dear to me today. Val's words made my heart race. My face went red. You're always reliable, Val. Thanks for protecting me. I don't want to stay this way. Don't do it again. Don't protect me if I'm in a near-death experience again, okay? Let me die. I don't want to keep protecting me. That day's events made me realize something. I need to be stronger. If Val hadn't protected me... What was that sound? I couldn't imagine what would have happened. I can't depend on my teammates all the time. I have to learn how to protect myself. Magic alone wasn't enough. I almost got hurt because of my poor reflexes. My body was not trained to fight. Time for me to become dauntless. Val, please teach me self-defense, my guy. She said, slapping his open wound. Why all of a sudden? I can't rely on the others to protect me all the time. I want to be able to protect myself and also protect the people around me someday. Val looked into my eyes deeply. I firmly held his hand and looked at him seriously, trying to convey my resolve. Val, please train me. Train me, my guy. Val looked like he was considering my request before giving me a confident smile. Okay, I like your determination. Get ready because I won't hold back. Challenge accepted. She's gonna die if that were true. Since then, I've been focusing my time on practicing martial arts. Run around 20 times? Yeah, first we have to build up your stamina. After that, we will do sit-ups, push-ups, squats for 20 sets each. Since you're a beginner, I'm just gonna give you light exercise for now. Light? Relax, I'll join you too. I'm dead. Build up stamina, you say? I know an activity that helps with stamina. Ash and Luke also help me a lot when I practice. Take note, Leah. I'll show you how to grapple. First, grab your enemy's hands. Val practice his moves on Ash. But Val's touch made Ash uncomfortable. After that, you pull his hand. Where did you touch me just now? What do you mean? I didn't touch you any weird place. Just too sensitive. Like hell I am. Never mind. Just shut up and let me use you. Come to think of it, why should I be the training dummy? Let me do the demonstrations instead. Doesn't matter who does it, right? I'd volunteer. No way. You touch me where the sun doesn't shine. And there they go. They need to get a room. They need to resolve their feelings for each other. What matters is that they get along. How about I teach you the technique Val was referring to just now? That'd be great. Thanks, Luke. And they're off to the races, and just like that, a month had passed. Is she buff now? That'd be cool. Good! Your punches feel sharp and accurate, but you still have to train your agility. The day I practiced fighting hand-to-hand against Val, however, Val could withstand all my attacks with ease. I need to find an opening. I need to build up my protein intake and start doing push-ups. Now, I swung my leg towards Val's waist. However, Val was able to defend himself just in time. I failed to beat you again. Don't be so upset. Your skills have improved a lot compared to a month ago. Good job. Val patted my head. I felt proud when Val praised me. However, someone suddenly grabbed his hand. Don't take any chances when I'm not looking. Killjoy. Yeah, you must be tired. Care for a drink? Thank you, Luke. My days were always busy with Luke, Ash, and Val. With them, there was never a dull moment. When all your BFs show up. Yeah, right? Like all the boyfriends at once. You were resting. Nori suddenly jumped out of my cell phone. Nor, guys, there's an important announcement from the headmaster. All students are expected to assemble in the main hall. So suddenly. Ooh, what kind of announcement? I'm not sure either. The headmaster just told all the students to assemble right away. We exchanged short glances. It's probably the next trial, but we're gonna make this seem very dramatic and drag it out a little bit. Despite our confusions, we quickly made our way to the main hall. Unless... When I arrived, I saw Hellhound napping on stage. The headmaster was standing in front of him, stroking his head gently. Once all the students have gathered, the headmaster immediately started the assembly. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for gathering after this sudden announcement. Normally I would broadcast this, but today I have some important announcements to make. The students immediately began to fuss. They couldn't help but be curious about what the headmaster would say. First, I would like to introduce a person to you. 2 people, actually. The headmaster snapped her fingers like that. A mist enveloped the stage. From behind the mist, 2 familiar male figures emerged. Familiar, you say? Orpheus! Mr. Fay! Are they our new teachers? Orpheus stepped forward and introduced himself. Nice to meet you all. I'm Orpheus, Grand Sorcerer from the human realm. I'll be teaching as one of the guest teachers for a while. Even though he is a human, you should not underestimate him. As you know, the human realm mediates the war between demons and angels several thousand years ago. How do you think humans mediated that war when most of them can't use magic? The headmaster glanced at Orpheus. That's because the human realm has guardians, and Orpheus is one of them. Oh, I thought he said that, my bad. He's the strongest wizard I know. You are praising too much. I know little about magic. You're being humble again. How old are you again? The headmaster's explanation made me see Orpheus in a different light. Wait a minute. He mediated the war between Daemons and Angelus? He certainly is more than just an ordinary wizard. Ash nodded. In fact, had Orpheus wanted it, he could have become a mighty emperor. But for some reason, he prefers to laze around in the magic tower. I can explain. Responsibilities? No fun. No fun. Less responsibilities? Snacks. More fun. Going down. I'll be... You're so right. Like, I'm just like, I don't understand his way of thinking. Yeah, because you don't understand too many meetings. I have so many friends who work at my job who could do better. And by do better, I mean get a pay raise by, like, getting to a different field of the job. And they're like, no. I don't want the headache. After Sir Orpheus, and it was Mr. Fay's turn to introduce himself. My name is Fay. Nice to meet you. Like Sir Orpheus, I am also teaching as one of the guest teachers. Pleased to meet you all. Some of you may have seen Fay during the trial of Angelus. He is also a very talented young man. From behind Fay's shoulder, 2 soft lights flew about. Fay, introduce us too. He smiled as he brought the 2 lights in front of him. And this is Barry. These 2 are my assistants. I'm Terry. And my name is Barry. At that moment, Cherry and Barry noticed Val and I were there. Leah's here! Val's also here. They both waved excitedly at us. In an instant, we became the center of attention. Hello, Cherry and Barry. Didn't think we'd meet you again so soon. Hello, Leah. Hiya, Val. We meet again. Hooray! Even though it was a little embarrassing because everyone was staring at us, I was still happy to see Cherry and Barry again. As you should be, they're so cute. After this brief introduction, the headmaster took charge again. As they mentioned before, Faye and Orpheus will be our guest teachers for a while. Please welcome them. Why do we have guest teachers? Somehow I couldn't shake the feeling that this was something more Sir Orpheus and Mr. Faye being guest teachers here. Am I overthinking it? Let's proceed to the main announcement. The headmaster smiled meaningfully. Recently we had the trial of Angelus. I'm happy to see that you all have worked hard in that trial. Now it's the Damon students' turn to fight hard. The thing you've been waiting for has finally arrived. The trial of Damon will be held a week from now. The Damon students immediately cheered. They were excited to take part in the trial. I'm glad to see your enthusiasm. The trial of Damon always gets my adrenaline pumping, so I'm really looking forward to this trial. Don't forget to keep practicing and improving your magic skills before the trial. Finally, the trial of Damon is close at hand. Do you really want that? I mean, I know you're practicing for it, but do you really want that? I've been preparing for this for a long time. Yeah, but have you? After that, the headmaster ended the announcement. Students left immediately after it was all over. We agreed to continue our discussion about the trial elsewhere. Trial of Damon is finally in sight. Val? What should we prepare? Val smiled at my question. Trial of Damon's always simple. It always has something to do with strength. So relax. There won't be any weird puzzles like the Angelus trial. So we just need to practice as usual, huh? You're right. However, there are other things we need to prepare as well. In the Damon realm, Angelus can't use their magic. At all? Val nodded. I've heard of this too. Simply put, it's because Damon and Angelus have different sources of magic. Angelus borrow energy from nature to use magic. However, the Damon realm is not fertile, therefore there is no energy to be borrowed from the surrounding nature. Luke's right, so we need to find a way to work around this. At that time, I remember that Miss Lolly said in the Angelus realm, flashback, she said that if we did her a favor, she would give us a hand in the next trial. Fortunately, we helped Miss Lolly while we were in the Angelus realm. She promised to help us. Really? When did that happen? When you were on a phone call? I described what happened. I see. Thank you, Leah. Val, you really helped Ash and I. We don't know yet. What Luke said, thanks guys. Seeing their smiles, all my effort to help Miss Lolly were worth it. The academy bell rang, signaling that the next class was about to start. I have a class after this. Sorry, need to go. Very well. Let's call Miss Lolly. We can visit her together after all our classes are over. Thanks, Luke. Worried that I'll be late, I went straight to my classroom. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's start today's class. Damien began explaining about magic devices. As you know, most of the magic devices are used to make everyday life easier. in transportation, weather control, and many others, but there are other magic devices that have different functions. Their goal is to make it easier to use for us to use magic. Do you mean magic crystals? Magia crystals? Sorry. You're right, Magia crystal is one of them. I totally forgot I got scratched earlier. Magia crystal work like the power bank. It stores energy so that an Angelus can use their magic in the Daemon realm. So you're saying we didn't need her help? Damien was gonna tell us the whole time. What the heck, Mr. Damien? Are there any magical devices for other effects? Maybe for healing? For amplifying power? Damien laughed briefly at the students' questions. Good question. A new type of magic crystal has been discovered in recent years. This crystal can double or even triple one's magical power. Why? Just imagine. If this crystal is used by a Daemon who already has high magic power, for a few seconds, Damien seemed to be thinking about something else. But my brother smiled as usual afterwards. Unfortunately, there's still a lot we don't know about this crystal, so the use of this crystal is still forbidden. Imagine being asked, is there one that can help with like healing? And instead of just going, yes, or no, you're like, actually. I can't believe our time is up. Let's end the class here. Damien immediately left the class, followed by the other students. My cell phone suddenly vibrated when I was about to leave. Everyone, Miss Lolly said she could meet with us this afternoon. Great. Where? How about meeting up in front of her office? Got it. Let's go. Okay. I went straight to Miss Lolly's office to meet her with the others. When everyone had gathered, we knocked on Miss Lolly's door. Good afternoon, Miss Lolly. Oh, you guys are finally here. Come on in. Inside, Miss Lolly invited us to sit. You guys are here to ask me for help with the Trial of Daemon preparation, right? Yes, I hope we aren't bothering you, Miss Lolly. Of course not. You and Val have helped me, so of course I'll help you guys too. Miss Lolly then took out 3 palm-sized crystals. Here you go. I already prepared them. Thank you, Miss Lolly. She then immediately explained how to use the crystals. All you have to do is grip this crystal and absorb its energy as usual. However, Miss Lolly suddenly fell silent as if she remembered something. Kids, I hate to be pessimistic, but no one knows what will happen in the Trial of Daemon. Everyone there is measured by power. The energy stored in the magic crystal is limited. You must prepare a backup plan just in case you run out of energy. Hearing that, we were at a loss for words. It became clearer to me that our team was truly at a disadvantage in this trial. What do you think we can do? Miss Lolly was hesitant for a moment. There's something, but it's quite dangerous. Miss Lolly then glanced at Val. Angelus can absorb energy from daemons to use magic. Absorbing energy from daemons? Is that possible? Theoretically, yes. However, if you do it wrong, there can be painful side effects. Is there any way to minimize the side effects? Yeah, don't do it wrong. Miss Lolly thought for a while. Do it together. What do you mean? Some say if this process is done by several people at once, the side effects can be less severe, but I hope you won't have to resort to this. Miss Lolly then smiled at us. Good luck, you guys. I hope you all pass the Trial of Daemon. Thank you, Miss Lolly. After our business was done, Miss Lolly looked at Luke. Luke, about your request. I have time after this. Shall we do it right now? Very well, thank you, Miss Lolly. Request. I asked Miss Lolly for extra lessons. Extra lessons? For what? I want to prepare myself for the trial of Damon. Because I'm the only pureblood Angelus in the upcoming trial of Damon, I think this kind of preparation is necessary. Don't worry, I'll teach you as best as I can. I won't let you go home until you've mastered everything. Mrs. Lolly, it's Mrs. She's married. Wait, Miss Lolly's eyes were serious. Good luck, Luke. We said goodbye and left Miss Lolly. Ashbel and I decided to split up the end of the day. However, right at that moment, Cherry and Barry approached us. Found them, Mia, Val, and the blue-haired Yule man. My name is Ash. Hello, Ash. I'm Cherry. I'm Barry. Ash smiled slightly in response to Cherry's cheerfulness. Cherry, Barry. Do you want to play? Yes, play! We're not here for that. Oh, yeah. We're here to pick you up. Faye and Orpheus are asking for help. Mr. Faye and Sir Orpheus? Please follow us. Cherry and Barry then led us to a room not far from there. Imagine, yeah, we're here to play. No, we're not. Faye, Orpheus, we're back. Inside, I saw Mr. Faye and Sir Orpheus chatting casually. You didn't get lost, did you? Of course not. As requested, we have brought Leah, Val, and Ash along with us. Good day, Mr. Faye, Sir Orpheus. Oh, you're here already. Have a seat. Mr. Faye was the first to speak. Sorry for calling you all so sudden. No problem, Mr. Faye. So why did you call us here? Actually, this has something to do with the reason we came to Celestia Academy. Really? For your visit? Mr. Faye and Sir Orpheus glanced at each other. I came here at the request of the headmaster. According to her, a lot of strange things have been going on around the academy recently, starting from the dragon rampage at the beginning of the academy year, the surge in monster activities that almost threatened the safety of the students. Orpheus was then silent for a moment. The headmaster asked me to investigate further about these events. Was all this really just a coincidence, or was it someone's doing? Someone was behind all this? I had no idea where the conversation was going. I'm here because of something else. But my objective is that not that different from Sir Orpheus. Mr. Faye then looked at me. I heard you were always involved in these cases, either directly or indirectly. That doesn't make you always involved. What do you think about these cases? Did you notice anything unusual while interacting with all of them? I was unsure of how to respond. I dug up my memories of all of these cases. Sure. Honestly, something did feel weird about all of these incidents. I took a deep breath before continuing. There was always a black breeze lingering around the scene. Black breeze? What do you mean? I briefly told them about my ability to see the color of breeze. When I finished, Sir Orpheus seemed to be processing my words. I see. It seems we need to investigate these incidents further. Sir Orpheus then looked at Mr. Faye before nodding at each other. Leah, Ash, Val, would you like to help us? Why do you need our help? We really want to solve this case by ourselves, but we can't. Someone's watching our movements. We can't move freely. Mr. Fay carefully observed each of us. We would like to ask your help, because you are directly involved in the cases we just discussed. I was still trying to process all the information I had heard. It was all so sudden. But what can we do to help you? Val, I'd like you to investigate the Skyway Dragon incident. Remember how it lost control and rampage in the Academy Station? We suspect that there was a reason why such a docile creature would do such a thing. Me? Are you sure? I think you're the right person for this case. Your family has a lot of dragons as pet, right? I believe you are more than capable of handling dragons, too. Okay, leave it to me. He has a lot of dragons as pets. How big is his house? I decided to set that thought aside for now. Ash, I have another mission for you. About the incident of the increase of monster activity. Sir Orpheus smiled at Ash. Exactly. I sense an energy similar to the source of the monsters in the previous case. Fortunately, this energy is weak, but they are scattered in several places. I want you to investigate them. Ash seemed to be thinking about Orpheus's instruction. What do you think, Leah? Would you like to help us? Do you think these tasks are too dangerous? So Orpheus didn't answer me right away. You are right, the mission can indeed be dangerous. But that's why we want you to help Ash and Val. And if you help us, Sir Orpheus and I can give you extra magic lessons. A magic lesson? Why all of a sudden? As I mentioned before, our motives are currently being movements currently being watched. That's why we can't investigate these cases openly. We don't want to arouse suspicion, but if Sir Orpheus and I are to give extra magic lessons to students as guest teachers, we will not attract suspicion at all. We can teach them combination magic. Combination magic with what's that? In short, a way to combine the magic of multiple people to unleash a greater power. Like your friendship. This technique will definitely come in handy for your trials in academic life. My curiosity was sparked. Combination magic sounded interesting. Let us show you an example then. Sir Orpheus glanced at Mr. Fay. With a nod, Mr. Fay began casting a spell. A water sphere the size of his palm appeared. Sir Orpheus then engulfed the water sphere with his icy mist. Disperse. In a split second, the water dispersed and fell like rain. However, as soon as the water touched my skin, it instantly froze into ice. I didn't know things like this were possible with magic. I started to understand how combination magic worked. Something like that. Cherry and Berry can do that too! La-di-da! Boo-di-da! Ta-da! Suddenly, Cherry and Berry started to fall like rain. Cute, right? Wow, you girls are so good at this. Cherry and Berry looked happy hearing my compliment. Mr. Fay just watched us with a smile before guiding us back to our main topic. So what do you think? Would you accept the missions? I decided to give their offer more thought. I glanced at Val and Ash. I'd rather follow Val to check the dragons, help Ash investigate. I don't know, man. Okay, I'll help with the investigation. Thank you very much, Leah. Faye! Cherry wants to come too. I want to help them too. Can we? Faye couldn't help but laugh at Cherry and Berry, then he looked at us. If Leah and the others allow it, you may join them. Leah, Val, Ash, can we come? I can't say no when I saw Cherry's adorable puppy eyes. Of course. Sure, I don't mind either. Hooray! Cherry's gonna go with Val, okay? Fine, come with me to the station. Then let me join you, Ash. Please do. After you are done, please come back and report to us. Without delay, we set off to our respected destinations. I really gotta pick one. I didn't get to pick both. Val and I went to the Academy station together. Several moments have passed since the Sky Dragons went out of control. The station has returned back to normal. Wow, this station is huge. This is Cherry's first time in a place like this. Then later, let's visit different places together, okay? Really? Hooray! How did you guys get here? I started observing my surroundings. Val. What should we do first? We shouldn't just assume, right? What do you think we should do? Ask a member of staff, find the dragon? Val thought for a moment. Let's ask one of the staff members. Alright, let's look over there. We approached one of the staff members who were on duty. Excuse me, can you see the sky dragons from the Daemon realm? Can we? Sky dragon, what for? We were asked by one of the teachers to check on the situation. He wants to be sure that everything is ready for the trial of Daemon next week. Val then took out the teacher's emblem that Mr. Fay had lent him earlier. I see. Wait a minute. Let me get the key to the cage. Okay, why? We're doing this incognito. Why would we give them a letter saying we had permission? The staff member left us and entered the nearby room. At that moment, I couldn't help but smile at Val. When did you come up with that excuse? Val smiled confidently. I have 2 drinks, by the way. Well, we really were asked by a teacher to check on the Sky Dragon. I chuckled at his reply. When the staff returned, we followed him to where the Sky Dragon was. Actually 3 if you count the water that I refilled earlier. Don't know if that was the great combo. The dragon was lying in his cage. When he heard our footsteps, he cast a quick glance at us, but he didn't react any further. He looks listless. Is he okay? The staff was silent for a moment. Ever since he went on a rampage at the station, at the academic, oh my gosh, at the start of the academic year. Don't ask why my brain was, I was trying to say academy so hard. This dragon has changed. He's still doing his job, but he became much more lethargic and quiet. We don't know what happened to him either. After a brief explanation, the staff said he would accompany us. I glanced at him and then whispered to Val. Looks like we're being watched. Our movements is limited. The station finds out about our investigation. Mr. Fay's plans in vain. Out of curiosity, Cherry joined us. Valia, what are you guys talking about? What you talking about? I explained our situation to her. Taxes. Leave it to Cherry. Without hesitation, Cherry used her magic. Out of nowhere, the scent of cherries permeated the air around us. Why do I feel like eating cherries? I can't take it anymore. I have to eat cherries. The man was hypnotized. He ignored us and rushed outside. Meanwhile, Val and I were at a loss for words. What did you do just now, Cherry? Cherry just made the member of staff want to eat cherries so much that he left his post. We all need a cherry in our lives. Honestly, if I had a little fae, what more could I ask for? Especially if she works like a Glade scent candle. Like, what the heck? Now, Val and Leah can do their mission freely, right? I wasn't sure how I felt about Cherry's magic. Even though she's cute, Cherry can be scary too. Cherry's scary! By the way, Berry is even better. She can make people go so crazy that they can't live without berries. I'm glad these fairies are on our side. Imagine. After the staff left, we focused on our investigation. I watched the dragon carefully. Dragons are usually full of energy. What happened to this one? Maybe Mr. Dragon's hungry? Cherry flew closer to the dragon. However, I was taken aback when the sudden breeze suddenly turned red. Cherry! This could be a bad ending. Hang on. Gotta think very carefully here. Cherry! I ran towards Cherry and pulled her. She was tossed aside while I... Leah! Yeah! It happened so fast. All I could hear was the dragon's angry roar, followed by everyone's scream. In a split second, I felt as if a massive mountain was crashing down on top of me. After that, there was nothing but darkness. I couldn't breathe. An immense surge of pain waved over me. The cracking got me. Oh, Jay's back! Are you on going home or are you on another break? She did it right as you left. I was like, oh no, Jay can't see that. A red blur clouded my vision while a stream of red flooded out of my mouth. My bones were crushed. My body, I couldn't feel anything. I tried to move a finger, but even the smallest gesture sent excruciating pain through my body. Slowly, I raised my eyes, and the world around me turned into a haze of blurred shapes. Girl, dying. Amidst the hazy vision, I could make out a familiar shape. Val? Leah? I could hear his voice but couldn't see anything. Val. How did everything turn out like this? I desperately tried to catch a glimpse of his face. As my time began to run out, I am confronted with my unfulfilled dreams. I haven't uncovered the truth about my real parents. I still have to release Finn from Lilith, this horrible tragedy all caused by a dragon. And thus my life came to an end. I've been spoiled by the generous bonbons here. Did they say chapter 12? Oh no, wait, that's bad ending. Right? Bad ending number 12. I haven't had a bad ending in a minute. Note all these ones I've missed out on. Did I stomp on something? You missed a bad ending? How could you? I finally got an answer that I was like, this looks like a bad idea. And right after I said we all needed Cherry. I know, right? Look what she did. She was like running near a dragon. Warn her. It's dangerous. Don't approach him. Right then, the dragon grew furious and opened his mouth. I grabbed Cherry right before the dragon bit her. Almost. Whoa, Cherry almost became dragon food. Something's weird. This dragon is supposed to be docile and non-aggressive. I looked back at the dragon. The red breeze surrounding him had turned gray. Everyone is home right now and we're eating some good bread? Like, what kind of bread? Like, describe bread to me. I'm a carbohydrate gluten fanatic. Give me. Quickly the dragon let out another sigh. His eyes welled up with tears as if in pain. He looked sad, or rather in pain. That's why he's sensitive to things around him. Pain? Val's observed the dragon from head to tail. From head to tail. There's no visible external wounds. Val and I both were lost in thought. Yum, Prim makes yummy bread. Did Prim bake you some blue wife? Pastries, baby, we got croissants, conchas, and churros. You got churros? Croissants are my favorite. Like, my favorite drive-thru breakfast, because I'm lazy, let's be real, is Burger King, because they have the croissant sandwiches, and those are so num 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 delicious. We can't forget Blue Wife and Prim couple. We can't forget our canon relationships in chat. They're not fresh though. They used to make it fresh. Aw, well that sounds sad. Cherry knows why. Is impure magic energy from Mr. Dragon. Cherry can feel it. Impure magic energy. Cherry nodded. It comes from Mr. Dragon's body. There's also, I know it's a chain. I don't know how big the chain is, but there's a donut shop called Bosa Donuts, and they have ham and cheese croissant sandwiches, and it has ham and cheese inside, and when you order it, they're like, do you want that warmed up? And I'm like, every time, yes. And it's delicious. It's so good. They got married and engaged during the Tengoku era. That's a great sentence. Each Otome game we finish is in an era that has passed. Oh my god. I hope Cherry feels the impure magic at least 10 feet away next time. Oh my god. Cherry doesn't know where. Val and I glanced at each other. I have to look at it. But he might attack you, my guy. He might attack you, and he might land on you, and then you might be deadited. Like me. I can handle it. Even though Val said that, I was still worried. Deaded. Cherry felt the same way, especially after what just happened. But as I looked at Cherry, an idea popped into my head. How about we tame the dragon? We'll become dragon tamers. How to tame your dragon instead of train. Should we ask Cherry for help? What do you mean? I want to ask Cherry to produce cherries with her magic. We can distract him with fruit while we check his body. What do you think, Val? Cherry? Val smiled at my idea and then gently patted my head. I like your idea. Cherry loves it too. Without waiting any longer, we put this plan into action. Technically, we're on chapter 10. I can't play past chapter 10. We're on the 10th chapter. But there is a so they have additional stories that you unlock as you play, and one of them is from Mrs. Lolly that says she is not a child, by the way. And I was thinking of playing that just to see what it talks about. Cherry used her magic to produce fresh cherries. She can make cherries. It's just not the scent of cherries. Ta-da! Thank you, Cherry. Slowly I approached the dragon. At first he seemed wary. His piercing gaze lingered on me. Shh, I won't hurt you. I gave him some time to get used to me. When the dragon sensed that I was not a threat, he began to relax. Hey, would you like some cherries? I offered the cherries to him. The dragon sniffed my hand and started eating the cherries. His face relaxed at the taste of the sweetness of the fruit. Val's now's your chance. Go for it. With a quick glance, I signaled that to Val. Leave the rest to me. While the dragon was distracted, Val started to check the dragon's body. He searched for the source of the impure magical energy like Cherry said. From the dragon's spine to behind the wings and under the belly, he left no spot unchecked. What's this? Something's weird here. It's a stone. I knew it. This dragon is not just any dragon. It's a female dragon, and this is the princess and the pea. And this dragon has been sleeping on top of a bed with this giant little pea underneath it, and then it's just been so uncomfortable and cranky that it hasn't had a good night's sleep in like 6 months. Val plucked a murky stone from between the dragon's claws. A pebble. This is the source of the impure magic energy. Its strength must have been weakened after a few months. However, Mr. Dragon must have been in pain when we came into contact with the pebble. The moment Val picked up the stone, the dragon suddenly rose to his feet. Excited grunts escaped from him as his face lit with joy. No one's looked at this dragon since it went wild, by the way. Hooray! It worked! Mr. Dragon said thank you. The dragon nuzzled his head into Val and me in gratitude. Keep your spirits up, big boy. I hope you don't feel the pain anymore. After that, we bid farewell to the dragon. We said deuces, then we headed out. I want to see the dragon. After telling the staff that our business was over, Val and I looked at the murky rock earlier. Do you know what the stone is? Haven't seen one like this. But I think this is evidence. We can assume that someone is behind this incident. Who is the real culprit? What are they after? It's your brother, my guy. That'd be my guess. Because you have to already know who they are, right? They have to already been introduced at this point. It can't just be a stranger. It can't just well, maybe. Actually, you know what? I don't know how this story's written. They shown her brother behind the scenes? I feel like it has to be the brother. I feel like it has to be. It makes the most sense. But also doesn't make sense at all. I mean, it could be Zareth. It could be Lilith, but Lilith seems to have like secretly a heart of gold. Zareth just seems to be an asshole, quote unquote, you know. I don't know. Who's the real culprit? What are they after? But I knew thinking like that wouldn't get us anywhere. Leah, Val, Cherry wants to return to Fae as soon as possible. Glad to see new people in the chat during live streams. It's always fun to look back at our comments immortalized on YouTube. Yes. Where the embarrassments live forever. The YouTube. Faye asked Cherry to report back if we found anything. Are you sure you can go back by yourself? Of course, Cherry already knows the way back. Okay, we'll catch up with you soon. Bye, Val, Lee. After Cherry left, Val and I decided to take a break. But should we take the stone to him? As I observed the station, I couldn't help but feel nostalgic. It reminds me of our first meeting here. Oh. My typos forever on YouTube. Forever. Remember when he was in his Daemon form? Remember when you had horns? I'm sorry, your crown. When you saved me? I'm still grateful. Thanks for saving me back then. Val smiled at me. His face was getting closer. I'm glad I was able to save you. Although, to be honest, I didn't expect to see you again after that. His golden eyes were now locked on me. Fate works in strange ways, but I'm thankful that it brought us together. In that second, my heart skipped a beat. Val's words made my face feel hot. Flustered, I tried to change the subject. What would have happened if the dragon incident didn't happen back then? would we still have met and became as close as we are? Without hesitation, Val answered me. Of course, even if the incident didn't happen, we would have still met. How can you be so sure? Val took some time before answering me. He just gently stroked my cheek. I'm like, suspicious. We were so close that there was barely any space between us, which is not normal for friends, I might add. He kept his eyes locked on me, engulfing me completely. Friends. Yeah, friends. Just friends. That's probably going to be the name of this one. Just friends. Because you are different from the others. You're so unique and charming, Leah. Sooner or later, I would have noticed you and made my way to you. And then I definitely... Val didn't continue his sentence. But somehow I understood what he was about to say. Do you? Because you've been flirting with so many guys. Like, hear me out. Probably because Val's feelings were conveyed through his eyes. He gently gripped my hand, and his face drew closer, the gap between us disappearing. I felt Val land his lips on mine. Wait, does he not get a CG for this? The other boys get kissing CGs, Val's not. Val's ghosted. The warmth of his lips made me drift into a sea of emotions. My heart was racing faster and faster with each passing moment. I enjoyed every second I spent with Val, and Luke, and Ash. With each break I took, I silently thanked fate yet again. Breath? Breath, not break. Breath, breath. Hear me out. For bringing me to this sweet man. All of them. All 900 of them. After getting enough rest, we went back to the academy. Before parting ways, Val told me that he would report the findings of our investigation to Mr. Fay. Fortunately, Val and I managed to find out what was wrong with the Sky Dragon. Now I just need to check on Ash. I better help the others too. One clue is far from enough. Let's go make out with another boy today. If I find more clues from the other caves, surely we can draw a clear conclusion. I should help Ash or call it a day. Let's go. I also went to Ash's location. We arrived at the park near the academy. This is the place. Yes, Orpheus said this is the first place. We have 4 more places to check after this. I paid attention to my surroundings. An unsettling feeling began to take hold of me. This park is always full of visitors. If there is any energy source that can spawn monsters, there'll be many victims if something happens. Ash nodded. That's why we have to prevent that from happening. I smiled at Ash. You are so right, my guy. Ash started to look around. Actually, wait, I can check their affection really fast since we're almost at the end. He's at 40 now. He's at 47. He's at 54. Val is in love with us. Okay, he's 50% in love. Also, he's like the most spoiled one here. He had 2 events in chapter 5. He's got a chapter 11, 12, 13. He doesn't have anything in 14, 15, 18, 19, 20. This is like every one. 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, first it gets. Alright. He has 1 more event. Okay, okay. He's had the least amount of events. His interesting. But what happens if I just get them all to 100 the same day? Do they all fall in love with me simultaneously and they decide to take turns? Like, Val's a weekend guy. Luke would be like a Monday through Wednesday kind of guy. Ash, because he's gotta be like the person running a country. Woe is him. He's like a week. He's like Thursday, Friday. You know, when Parliament's closed. You know what the source looks like? I nodded my head firmly. I saw it while I was helping Damien. Back then, the monsters came out of a black fog. Sir Orpheus said the energy he felt was weak. Maybe this energy source isn't as big as the fog that I saw. It's just the fact that they ignore the fact that every single one of them is like making moves with each other. They're just like pretending. There's kisses, okay? I'm not saying I'm a prude, but if you're kissing somebody and you're in like a high school setting, that's a better step in that, like, beyond the friendship zone. That's out of the friendship zone. Can't keep pretending you're friends at that point. I wonder if there's a jealousy mechanic. I don't think there is, but that would be hilarious. The energy source isn't as big as the fog that I saw. Yes, right! This time, the energy source is a black glow. I'm glad I went with Damien. My experience is useful for this mission. If you didn't go with Damien, it was a bad ending. Just for the record, I didn't go with Damien. Barry then began to fly towards the end of the park. I can feel impure magical energy over here. All over here, bad energy. Not good. Please follow me. I like that she looks like a little, like, okay, I got this. A bluebell. She looks like a bluebell. Wasting no time, Ash and I followed Barry. Should be around here. Let's try and find it. Together we started checking places Barry mentioned earlier. Until I finally found something odd from behind the bushes. This is... bad. This is bad. Despite its small size, it emitted a pitch black glow. I immediately knew this was the energy source we were looking for. Bad juju. I called Ash and Barry to let them know what I found. This is the source of the impure magic energy that I felt earlier. But... what should we do? How do we destroy it? We have to take it to a mountain. And that mountain also has to be a volcano. And then we have to throw it in. What should we do now? At that time, Ash stepped forward while preparing to cast a spell. Leave the rest to me. Ash, do you know how to deal with impure magical energy? Ash nodded. No wonder Orpheus left this task to me. He once taught me a spell to purify things like this, so let me handle it. How convenient. Ash closed his eyes and started to concentrate. After casting a short spell, his hands were surrounded by light. Purify! So good. So strong. Slowly, the black glow earlier was swallowed by the light. He's fine now. At that moment, I saw something fall as the black glow faded away. What's this? A murky stone? Magic stone. This seems to be what caused the black glow to form. Okay. This is a moment in the game where if these scenes played out in the order I picked, there could be a dialogue choice here that goes like, oh, it looks like the one I found when I was with Val. I started to observe this stone carefully. Perfect. Okay, good. I was just curious if they would actually consider that or if they didn't go that far. Same stone I found with Val. Do you know anything about this stone? Unfortunately, I don't. I've never seen a stone like this before. This does imply that this game understands choices. And she's kissed 2 of the 3 boys here. Actually, no, wait, 3 of the 3 boys here on the mouth at this point. Just saying. Conversations should be had. Let's keep it for now. there might be a similar stone in the next place. I agreed with Ash and kept the stone. After that, we visited the next place and repeated the same thing. We did that 4 more times. That went much better than the incident with the dragon. There's still a chance to die. Hang on. We came to the last place that we needed to check. As usual, we split up to find another source of energy. Leah, Ash, I found it! Barry led us to the end of the road. The black glow we were looking for was behind a pillar, blending into the shadows around it. The energy source is really well hidden this time. Thanks for finding it, Barry. Hehe. Ash stepped closer to the glow. He then prepared to cast his magic. But suddenly I got a bad feeling. Something's off. However, Ash was in a state of deep concentration and kept chanting the spell. For some reason, Barry was starting to become wary too. Yeah, I feel a sudden increase in magic energy. An increase? Yeah, over there. Over that way! Just then, a blinding light began to fill my eyes. A magic circle appeared and started to glow. Well, this is because Star said something. This is the we did it while we're still like on a platform moment, and then the platform starts to shake. This is a trap. The magic will explode. This is bad. Leah, take cover. Where's my option to stand still? It's true, I jinxed it. Ash couldn't move because he was in the middle of casting the spell. I immediately took out my fan. The magic was about to explode. I have to protect Ash. I'd better. Nothing bad could happen if I just ran and protected Ash in front of an explosion thing. Dampen the explosion? Ash! Oh, I hit auto. Don't do that. I hit auto. Stop it. Ah! I struggled to breathe as my mouth gasped desperately like a fish out of water. A stream of blood escaped my mouth and dripped into my hand. Visual? Leah, can you hear me? Please stay with me. Can't. Oh, Ash tried to heal me with his magic. Sadly, no matter how much he tried, I could feel how his efforts ended in vain. Leah! Leah! We didn't even get this with, Valve. I didn't get to watch us die. Sorry, Ash. Sorry you have to see me in this state. Ash, I like 3 of you. Once again, I witnessed the unsettling sight of blood coming out of my mouth. My body grew heavier and with each passing moment. I'll bring you some help. Nah. I held his hand, fully aware that there was no point in doing so. Every breath, my condition grew worse. My hand trembled in pain as I fought to intertwine our fingers. Amidst the haze that clouded my senses, his warmth radiated through my grasp. A flicker of happiness sparked within me. Ash, I'm sorry I couldn't help you. What are you trying to talk about? Our mission is not over yet. We could get back to it when you get better. Didn't you say we'd fight together? Sir, I'm dying. We haven't finished the academy trials yet, Guy. I mustered a faint smile. Despite the pain, it brought happiness and filled my heart. We're gonna fight together. But I could not move anymore. Neither my arms nor my legs obeyed me. Even my fingers remained motionless. How irritating. How annoying. I wanted to pull Ash into a comforting embrace, freeing him from the weight of self-blame. However, death is relentless. It is impatient, evident. My eyelids grew heavier with each passing moment. Leah, open your eyes. Help is coming any second. Look at me. Don't leave me here all alone. You have your mom. Sure, she's in like a binding contract and she might be somewhat being held captive, but like, you got friends. Closing my eyes, I clung to the lingering image of him within the depths of my mind. Enveloped by emptiness, my mind filled with the yearning for all the things I longed to do. However, my time had come. At least in my final moments, I managed to utter a few parting words. Thank God you're safe. I'm glad. Leah, don't do this to me. She has taken her sweet time. Your Majesty, we received your emergency call. Leah, wake up. I won't let you do this to me, Your Majesty. Sir, you're holding a corpse. Silent tears streamed down Ash's face as sorrow engulfed him. I will not let death take you. Your place is by my side. We have a necromancer route? Hang on, wait. Ash's magical energy increased greatly. He was ready to cast a spell. Ancient letters appeared and hovered around us. The guard had no choice but to take a step back. Your Majesty, don't tell me you're going to. Please, if you use it, she will... Don't disturb me and Leah. A smile crept onto his face as he held me close. Your place is by my side. Was I for real? He's a necromancer now? Your Majesty, I love you, Leah. She's got a confession. Oh my god. What a way to go. What a weird ending. Hang on. 1 year later. Whoa. You beat me again. You never told me that you were this good at playing chess. Your Majesty, we succeeded in beating the kingdom of Roseheart. We gained complete control of the Silverwing's duchy this morning. I see, that's good. Anyways, Leah, how about a bottle of champagne to celebrate? Did we get ghosted like with Sephora? No. We got turned into a zombie. I'll ask the maids to bring the best one. It's a special occasion after all. Your Majesty, I await your orders. What should we do with the Silverwings family? Shut up. Don't you know what to do with Pest? I'm busy celebrating with Leah right now. My apologies, Your Majesty. Ash's villain era. The 1 year later sentence triggered my PTSD. Oh man. Do whatever you want, but make sure they don't bother me and Leah again. Those wretched rats, they just wouldn't leave me alone. How dare they scream at me, asking me to return their daughter. Her place is in Glacia with me. This is what we want, right, Leah? Sure, Your Majesty. Show me her zombie face. Galahad left the throne room. Leah, you look beautiful today. Oh, tenderly, His Majesty embraced the cold crystal beside him. Wasn't he only 40%? He's obsessed with her. Look how much. Imagine him at 100. He turns into a yandere at 100. This is his Birche, Evermore, butler, really cute butler with blue eyes, black hair, made a man. What's his name? He turned her into crystal. This is like Dr. Freeze. This is Dr. Freeze. Jean! Alright, Jean. Alright, perfect. This is Jean. This is Jean's route. Nestled within the crystal lay the lifeless form of the woman he deeply loved. Her beauty remained intact, giving the impression of a tranquil slumber. On the day death came to pick up his beloved, Ash cast a forbidden spell to defy death and halt the flow of time. He froze her, leaving her trapped in eternal stillness. You know what? Ash, you did good, my guy. I didn't think we'd get a CG for a bad ending, I won't lie. It was a beautiful crafted crystal, delicate and warm to the touch. However, despite its outward beauty, it remained nothing more than an empty shell. Better than a cage. So true, and also sad at the same time. No one can take you away from me. I'll kill whoever tries to separate us. A gentle hum escaped his lips, painting an image of pure joy. I love you. I love you, Leah. Look, he's in love. He worked hard. You know what? He worked hard for that psychotic ending. An eternal throne. He did it. He made her the queen. He's living his best life. I just want to see, not continue, I want to see where that picture, red flag. Nah, I'm colorblind. Yeah, I mean, honestly, look at that. He worked so hard. He worked so hard for this. This moment, he earned it. Oh my god. Do I remember where I saved last? 28, 15, this one? She was gonna die. He did it. He did it. Repel? Deflect! I flicked my fan quickly. My gust of wind managed to fend off the explosion. Are you okay? Yeah, don't worry about me, Ash. I did not die a horrible death this time. Just focus on your spell. Let me protect you. Ash smiled at me. I'll leave the rest to you. I mean, go for it. Ash returned to focus on casting his magic. That was when Barry warned me again. Yeah, another increase in magic energy from over there. I warded off each active fated magic trap according to Barry's instructions. A few moments later, Ash completed his spell. Purify. As the black glow disappeared, the magic trap also stopped appearing. Ash, Barry, and I let out a sigh of relief when everything came to an end. Ash immediately checked up on us. Anyone hurt? Anyone near death? Anyone needs me to put them in a crystal? None at all. I then picked up the murky magic stone that fell to the ground when the black glow disappeared. We found this stone in every location. With these evidence, please, plus the magic trap, I think we can conclude that there really is a culprit behind all of this. Not only that, I think this culprit is very cunning. And like, maybe a teacher. I don't know. It's a hunch. Because of the magic trap they set? Ash nodded. Seems like they realize that someone is trying to thwart their plans. They only set the trap in one location to catch us off guard. If you weren't here, we'd be... Ash didn't continue. But I understood what he meant. Somewhere deep in the recesses of my mind, I could almost see myself dead. There was a moment of silence. Everyone was lost in their own thoughts. Yeah, Ash, I'll head off first to report to Orpheus. He asked me to keep him updated if anything happened. Oh, see, be careful on your way back, Barry. Don't fall into any magical traps. We'll catch up with you soon. Barry waves her hand and then rushed off. Meanwhile, I was still trying to calm myself down. My heartbeat was still frantic from what just happened. I'm glad I came with you today. Because you didn't get hurt. I was able to protect you. Ash smiled at me. He slowly slipped his hand between my fingers. Listen, I just kissed a demon at a train track, and this is like 30 minutes later to an hour. I didn't get to say this earlier. Thanks for protecting me, Leah. His gaze was locked on me. From the start, I know that this mission would go well once we agreed to come along, because you are a strong woman. Thank you. Being with you makes me feel comfortable enough to surrender every part of myself to you. My heart started beating faster in response to Ash's words. Happiness flooded my heart. I never felt this way in Glacia. My kingdom is filled with people who are ready to betray me at any moment. That's why I can't let my guard down for a second. To be honest, a life like that is exhausting. This is a cringe phase. That's not the expression I was going for. Ash stopped talking, and his gaze shifted towards the sky as he drew in a deep breath. I thought my life at the academy wouldn't be much different. People will always hide their rotten heart. That's why I had no intention of trusting anyone in this academy. But Ash's grip tightened. His eyes were now looking at me gently. You changed everything. He tugged me closer into his embrace. With us so intimately close, I could admire the captivating features of Ash's face. Thanks to you, I learned how to trust someone. Meeting you was the most beautiful thing that happened in my life. I believe him. Hear me out. I believe him. Unconsciously, my lips curled up to a little for a moment. My stomach was filled with butterflies. Because I felt the same way with Ash. Whatever happens, I'll never betray you. Girl, you just kissed Val. 2 weeks ago, you were in the Angelus world and you like kissed another boy hours after kissing him. At that moment, Ash pulled my hand towards his chest. I could clearly feel his heartbeat. This reminds me of The Sims when you have like jealousy turned off. Like this does not happen. In that case, I will entrust all of myself to you. His deep voice rang in my ears. Our faces were getting closer and closer. Unconsciously, my eyes closed. A second later, I felt something soft kissing my forehead. Through his kiss, a wave of emotion washed over me. As every inch of my body was filled with this sweet sensation, I realized that to Ash, I could also entrust all of me. This is so weird. Why? After that, we went straight back to the academy. You don't like being forehead kissed? As soon as we got there, Ash excused himself to give the magic stone we found. Which one? To Sir Orpheus. All 5 of them. At last, I'm glad that I could help both Val and Ash. Time to go back to Sir Orpheus and Mr. Fay to report everything. I just need more CGs. I need the forehead kisses. I really don't vibe with the whole give all my heart, give all of me. Yeah, I don't either. And I know there's like choices where it says things like don't do anything. But if I didn't help them and that scene didn't happen, would I get a bad outcome because of it? Like, or should I just, you know, avoid all social interactions with people I'm not going after? But yeah, having her be like, I give my whole heart, you know. It's why I think I'm used to them not kissing or like holding hands sometimes, but like not like every single time they hang out they're holding hands in this one. Like usually that's like a oh my god he took my hand kind of moment before they start dating, and then kisses are like when you're on their routes. So the fact that we haven't actually gotten on a route and they're already having like oh my god moments feels really weird, and it feels dishonest to say things like I would never betray this man. I don't know. I decided to go back to Mr. Fay and Sir Orpheus' study. Everyone was already gathered. So yeah, that's my only thing I'm confused by. Because it just feels kind of strange to be like, I'm in love with all of these boys, am I? Like, you're finally back, have a seat. Hope I didn't interrupt anything. Of course not. Val and Ash then reported the results of their respective investigations. So you two found similar magic stones while investigating each case. which means these two cases are related. Not only that, the culprit of these two cases could be the same person. The stones look the same, guys. The moments don't feel sincere. Yeah, especially if we just had that same moment with somebody else. Like, if it's the same day on top of that, that's the part that got me. She kissed Ash, and then that evening she kissed Luke, and I'm like, no. And again, there's choices like don't go outside. Does that affect the overall story, or does it just mean that incident doesn't happen? I don't get it. Like, if she had an internal struggle right now where she's like, oh my god, do I like 3 guys? Like, I'd be like, alright, I get it. I feel the same way when I play Atome games. I'm always like, who's my top whatever, you know what I mean? Like, there's always more than one. Sir Orpheus and Mr. Fay fell silent. They seemed to be thinking about something. That's why before relationships, you get accidental kisses. You get, oh, we're in an emergency, we have to hold hands to run faster. That's why you get, oops, we accidentally tripped in a bush and now I'm on top of you. Oh my god. Like, things like that. You don't get, and then he kissed me twice. Sir Orpheus then put away the magic stone and smiled at us. Thank you very much, Ash, Val, Leah. Thanks to you, we managed to get a new lead. After this, we will continue the investigation. Sir Orpheus and Mr. Fay both stood up. Let's start our extra lesson. We'd better move to the academy grounds so that we can practice more freely. Cherry's coming! I want to watch too! I was so excited. Without delay, we all headed for the academy grounds. Sir Orpheus and Mr. Fay immediately started our extra lesson. To put it simply, you just need to harmonize your magic waves, then unleash them at the same time. Harmonize our waves? Whoa, whoa, whoa. We are just learning to kiss. Relax, it's not that hard. Mr. Fay started giving us detailed instructions. It fit too well, actually. Is that a coffee? After we finished, he told us to try it. For the first try, I did it with Val. Are you ready, Leah? Of course! Let's go! Val took my hand. In front of people? We both followed Mr. Fay's instructions. Slowly I poured my magical energy along with Val's. We cast our spell at the same time. Thunderstorm. Who's your favorite so far? It's still Val. Val's my favorite. I like Ash second. Here's the thing, right? I don't know why. Hear me out. I like Ice Bear from We Bear Bears. I just think he's so cool. He's so swap. That's the vibe I get from Ash, not because he has ice powers. Just because, like, he doesn't always talk. He's kind of not the first to say stuff. And then Luke reminds me of, like, a prefect. Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone who's just really, like, top tier. Like, I don't feel like I belong with a prefect. But he's still cute. He's still friendly. I think my list has not changed from the first time I started playing. I still like Val the most. Is it because he's redhead? Is it because he's a little bit of a baka-dere? I don't really know. I think he makes me laugh, and that's like something I enjoy. All of them are flirty, so I can't say any of them are not showing me affection enough. There's no tsunderes here. Not a tsundere in sight. My wind spell covered a certain area. Then Val's electricity ran through it, shocking anyone within. Looks terrifying. That looks like Stranger Things. We did it! Yeah, we did it together. We did it together. After that, I tried it with Ash. I'm still not. Oh, that just sounds so suggestive. We joined hands while harmonizing our waves. That means Ash and Val have to do it together too, guys. With focused minds, Ash and I cast a spell together. Blizzard. As before, my wind spell covered a certain area. Then Ash's ice spell flowed inside. The area inside was so cold it could freeze anything within it. How do you know? I'm not saying it's not true, but how do you know? Good job, Leah. Thanks, Ash. In the middle of our rehearsal, I could hear someone's footsteps approaching. Looks like you guys are doing something interesting. Can we join in? What a party. Good afternoon, everyone. Luke was smiling and waving at us from behind Miss Lolly. Miss Lolly, Luke, have you finished your extra lesson? This feels like such an innuendo. Yep, Luke's learning speed is much faster than I thought. We were just about to end the class when I saw you guys doing something interesting, so I brought Luke here. Miss Lolly glanced at Mr. Fay and Sir Orpheus. You guys are teaching them combination magic, right? Correct, it's an extra lesson. Luke, would you like to join them? I think the spell will also be useful for you in the future. I want to bite her cheeks. Hers? Because she looks like candy? Sure, I'd love it. Maybe you can teach them that one. Are you talking about that spell? Since all four of them have different elements, huh? We looked into each other's eyes. We didn't understand what the teachers were talking about. What do you mean by that magic? Arcana. Ooh, let's not learn Arcana. In order to use this magic, you need at least 3 different elements. We already had 3 different elements, and then you still brought Luke in. It has tremendous power. But of course, this spell is more challenging to use. What do you think? Interested? Everyone seemed eager to learn it, but I still had doubts. Can we master such difficult magic? Ash, Val, and Luke looked at me at the same time. They were waiting for my decision, because I get to choose. Should I accept Mrs. Lolly's offer? Mrs. Lolly's not the one who made the suggestion. It was Orpheus. I'm still not sure. Wait, is this how you know what route you're going down? Why is Luke blushing? Ash, Val, Luke, and I smiled at the same time. All of us gave the same answer. Please teach us. Is she that tall? She's almost taller than Ash. The teachers were happy to see our enthusiasm. They started to explain everything in detail. And then we set fire to everything. Now all you have to do is try it together. We stood in a circle facing each other. Bum bum. It's really hard to use this spell. We have to match our magic waves. Oh. But I think we can do it. There is a song. Because I believe in all of you. Ash, Val, and Luke smiled at me. It's because she's kissed all of them. That's why she does. They don't even know. We all joined hands and focused on our thoughts. A large magic circle appeared above us. Slowly the light was getting brighter. I poured all of my magical energy into the circle. And then the sky came crashing down. At first, I started to feel an overwhelming pressure surrounding me. It was getting hard to breathe. Maybe because I wasn't used to using this much magical energy at once. At that moment, the grip on both of my hands felt tighter. Ash fell and Luke's warmth flowed through me. That's right, I wasn't alone. My friends were here. And I trust them. Their presence made my body feel lighter. I could feel my friends' magic energy. It was so comfortable and relaxing. Arcana! I don't know if we'd shout Arcana. Sky beams? We're sky beaming this. A pillar of light emerged and soared into the sky from our magic circle. For a brief moment, there was a gentle pause in my heartbeat. The sight was so mesmerizing that I couldn't tear my eyes away from it. Do not look directly into light. This year's students are really talented. I never thought they'd get it right away. Seems that they trust each other completely. That's what happens when you make out with everybody in your team. Because the most important thing in this magic is not power. It's trust. Get ready. A wave of happiness washed over me, filling every corner of my body. As we successfully brought together our power, the day we turned a new page hand in hand. In the blink of an eye, a week had passed. The day of the trial of Damon had arrived. All students rode the Skyway Dragon, provided by the Academy to go to the Damon Realm. Once I arrived, I was immediately enchanted by the beautiful sight of the Damon Realm. Val mentioned that the Damon Realm was devoid of any sunlight. This realm is forever adorned with a starry night. In contrast to the Angelus realm, the architecture in the Damon realm was less intricate, yet still elegant. At the heart of the city, a majestic clock tower stood tall. It's London town. Forgot about Mr. Mask. Sorry, he surprised me. All Celestia Academy students, please gather here. Mr. Mask gathered all of the students to begin the explanation of the trial of Damon. But I was distracted when I saw Finn in the crowd. Finn, what are you doing here? The servant, he couldn't be here. I walked over to him and patted his shoulder. Sis, that's... He's my servant. Of course he needs to go with me wherever I go. Lilith. Are you not thinking about his safety? This trial could be dangerous for him. But Lilith just laughed at me. Are you in a place to worry about other people right now? Think about your own safety first. Finn, let's go. I don't want to stand next to this stupid girl. Then she simply left. Don't worry, I can take care of myself. Keep fighting. Good luck on this trial, sis. After cheering me on, Finn followed Lilith. I could only sigh as I watched Finn walk away. I hope he doesn't get hurt during the trial. Order, everyone. I'll explain the rules for this trial. Listen carefully because I won't repeat it. Mr. Mask's voice pulled me back to the matter at hand. Because why? It's deep, sultry. What's going on? Tell me how his voice sounds. Explain the man with the gold eye to me. I have to focus on the trial first. All students' attention was now on Mr. Mask. The rules are simple. Each group only needs to find one glass key. Then submit it to me before the trial ends. Simple, right? One glass key, and don't break it. Mr. Mask then showed us a clear glass key. By the way, this key contains Angelus magic within it, so you won't be able to duplicate it in this realm. Don't worry, the faculty has placed them in obvious places, but... A sly smile spread across Mr. Mask's face. There's only 5 keys in total for you to find. Doesn't this feel so much like Dauntless? This also gives me, there's one other, The Magicians TV show. I used to watch that. Because it's like, we're going to school, but there's like a nefarious plot against us, and maybe we should be going to school because like something nefarious keeps happening, and like this isn't safe. In an instant, a commotion broke out among the students. There's only 5 for all of us. There are dozens of teams in this trial. Mr. Mask laughed with satisfaction at the students' reactions. This trial would be boring if we didn't give a little spice, right? The last thing you need to remember is there is no prohibition against forcefully taking a glass key from other teams. And there's no limit to the number of keys that a team can collect. Oh ho ho! Imagine. I also got bit by like a spider, I think. My arm keeps itching. Could have been a mosquito. What am I thinking? There's so many things. I have spiders on my patio though, so blame them instead. Many students began to see where this was going. Excitedly, they started getting ready. At that moment, I realized just how difficult this trial would be. Also, you have to do parkour the whole time. You've got to be joking. Is this called a trial? I didn't expect it to be this interesting. Looks like this trial is going to be exhausting. This is even wilder than I thought. We're also playing Among Us. You can't let them know you have it. You have 3 days until the trial ends. Do whatever it takes to ensure your team's victory. Stealth, violence, whatever. Everything is allowed in this trial. This is a survival game. Welcome to the Hunger Games, guys. That's the end of the chapter, right? Alright, we did it! That's the end of chapter 10. We've started Dauntless. I believe in this game. Congrats! Yeah, right? That was a long chapter, actually. We're at 3 hours now. Dang. Dang. Alright, I'm gonna save. We're gonna go to the home screen. We're gonna look at the things we have on the home screen. Star, just in case. I'm not allowed to play past chapter 10. That was the only rule, so I can't play any more of the story. But we're gonna look at the pictures for a second. But so far, the story is interesting. I will say it dragged a little bit. It like, they put a little too much. Yeah, I loved these scenes. Like, this is gorgeous. But there's a lot of stuff in the, what's that word again? Lore? There's so much lore. But I think the boys are cute. My one concern is that I just think they're a little too affectionate, given the fact you're not on a route yet. Like this was sweet and innocent, right? Nothing weird happened in this scene. Very next, this is also, I love, this was my favorite one. I love their, let me hide myself so you can see her again. She was so cute in this scene. This was too cute. I was glad we got to meet the pom-poms. I want plushies. Oh my god. I would love that. I would love a pom-pom plushie. But like this. This happened so fast. They're not even dating, y'all. They kissed. Oh my god. The scandal. And this was the same day in game. This was the same day. And this is the following week. Look at this. Now he's obsessed with her to the point of putting her in a glass box. There are side stories that unlock as you play. The little bunny has a story. Oh wait, are they dating? Oh, are they dating? The crystal ending was wild. Yeah, we still got an ending at least, right? Right? Wasn't the best, but it was one. But here, this chapter, the story is called She's Not a Kid. So just a reminder, she's not a kid. And then Nora's always in trouble. Pom-poms! Even pom-poms love gossip. Oh my gosh. I love the pom-poms. Those are great. I love this. But yeah, the art's really nice. The story is interesting. Again, it dragged a little bit here and there, but that's so common in Otome games. I feel like it happens a lot. Like keychain plushies. When I was a kid in school, my school gave out the most lame prizes. But hear me out. It used to be like they took like a little pom-pom and they'd put like little eyeballs on it and they'd call it like a name and they'd be like, you can win this, guys. And we love them. We love them so hard. Like, let's win them all. I also have memories. So these are the chapters. So this is how I knew how many chapters there are. And then chapter 6 was broken. So it was still saying in chapter 6 that we're in chapter 5. So that one was called the first trial. And it shows you what you unlock after you play. But there is 20 chapters. So this is halfway through the game. And if we realistically think about it like that, there's going to be different endings. I don't know how far back you have to go to get to other endings. But yeah, you know what? I think the art was pretty. The actual game releases September 12th. And that's digital. I actually had this pre-ordered, fun fact. And the physical saying it's not coming out to the end of the year. I don't know if that is just an error or if the actual physical game doesn't come out till later, but that's what it has on my computer at my job. But yeah, if you like the story, I know a couple of people already said they were planning on picking it up. I know Asia said she was planning on getting it, which is why she wasn't watching the VODs, because she wanted to have, not VODs, the stream so that she could enjoy the game herself firsthand, which makes sense to me. But yeah, I think it was really cute. The CGs are really nice, and this one's only like 30 bucks. It's not like a typical Otome game where it's like 50 bucks at the start. So that's also a cool feature about it. See if anybody's on before I start to say goodbye. Access is currently playing Jack Jean, or we can raid Husky. That's not a bad deal for the content. Yeah, I don't think so at all. That's why I pre-ordered it originally, because I was like, that's not a bad price. I'll pick it up when I get halfway through my backlog. I feel that in my soul. Oh my god. I am so behind on so much stuff lately. It's been killing me. But yes, this weekend I'm going to be at Sabotin. I have a panel on Friday at 6:30 Arizona time. I was going to try to stream it, but we just decided because we couldn't get everything I needed together. So I'm going to film it. And then I'm going to probably do an edited video where I have like the panel slide showing to make it easier for you guys to watch. So that's what we're probably going to do. It's a warning. It's saying Husky's content may not be appropriate for you guys. So be ready for that just in case you do go over there. I figured that'd be easier than rating access right now. But yeah. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I will check you guys later if you are watching this on YouTube. Remember, I stream on Twitch about 3 times a week. Don't be afraid to stop in and say hi. you're here on Twitch, remember we upload all the VODs onto YouTube so you can remember what we've done. And we do have a Discord channel where we like to chat about upcoming Otome games, where we like to share our favorite snackies. So don't be afraid to visit us over there as well. I also post on there anytime I go live so you guys can keep track of when I'm streaming. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.